Hello, everyone. It's great to see you, and I do hope that you are well. It's Monday. It's 7 o'clock UK time. That can only mean one thing. It is the Monday Club coming to you from somewhere slightly different. We're actually down in the conservatory.
Well,
and we've got not one but two special guests. So this reprobate, everybody knows who it is, but we've also got another special guest.
Come on.
Andy Friars Junction. Come on, speak up.
Come on, sit on Daddy's knee.
So, no sounds, Patrick Ling is saying.
What?
But, only Patrick Ling is saying no sound.
Just turn your volume up.
Yeah, you've got your own volume control, so you might need to play with it.
How's that?
Yeah, we're going into the yellow, so there we go. Yeah, James Petts, he can hear sound. That's great. JTG Werewolf. RG Models 86, Wendigo Express, SR Signalman, Hillside Junction, Worthington Model Railway, Sarah Davis, who passed their bus test, I believe. So,
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yep, well
Robert Becking, Harp House, Holt, Ham Shackleton, Simon Trains Model Railway Showcase. So I approve of this. Hello. Colin Edwards, PN Motorsport Trains, Rocky Top Rail Productions, and Aaronville, Hayward Junction. So there we are. Oh, he's camera shy. This is Andy.
No. It's fine. There's just not enough room for us all.
Andy Friars Junction there. So that's our special guest. We did promise we were going to try and get a different YouTuber on. But you also...
I'm not a YouTuber.
Well, you've got a YouTube.
I've got a YouTube channel, but I don't.
Yeah, well, there you are. That's a bit too loud.
Andy is a true pillar of the model.
It's clipping.
Jan, YouTube. It's fine.
I can see it going red.
Okay.
So I'm just going to.
Don't take it down too far.
Just there we go. Right. Okay. Clive the Cuckoo Clock is just firing up. Craig's had a haircut. Yes.
The other special guest.
Yes. We got the lawnmower out, so Craig is good for another year. 37 Dave, hello to you. Dundas Junction Model, a Railroad, Ravenheart Modelling. I've forgotten about the Cuckoo Clock. So actually, we weren't late. We were actually early. Do you think we'll get a copyright match?
Oh, we're just thinking that.
Oh dear.
But before we go any further, we do have to roll VT.
Roll VT.
Welcome to the Monday Club, your online model rail club for all the news, gossip, layout tours and more with your host, broadcaster and model maker, Jennifer Kirk. The Monday Club is proudly sponsored by TMC, the Model Centre. Check them out at themodelcentre.com. The website features extensive stocks of new models as well as selective pre-owned items where you can track down that bargain you've always wanted. Pre-order with confidence all of the forthcoming models from all the manufacturers. TMC also offer a renumbering and renaming service so you can get the exact identity of locomotive that you want. Why not also check out their value weathering or go for something incredibly special with their bespoke service where you can choose from a more extensive weathered look right through to custom graffiti either off the peg or to a design of your choice. Check out TMC today at themodelcentre.com and start your model journey.
Sound on the screen. Oh, there we are. We're back. We're going into the red. So,
Guess who's back?
Yeah,
Back
just turn that down.
again.
I don't want to go into the red. So it's great to see you all. So what you're actually seeing on your screen is Minith Tatus Newid. We're actually down in our conservatory. There's quite a lot going on down here. The reason for this is because we've got extra guests. And it's hot. So big hello, Jail Railways and Worthington Model Railway out in Minnesota. And I just want to be able to bring up as well. We've been told about TMC has got a 30% off pre-owned sale just gone live. So all elements in it are eligible for a cheeky discount if an offer is made. So basically, have a punt, make an offer. But be warned, someone might come along and buy it at full price. This is a bit like having buy it now on eBay or make an offer. So somebody could buy it now, or you could try your luck at making an offer. They've got double O and N with an interesting selection of plastic kits too. So do check them out. And you can just see the Iron Horse and actually the Cupboard Monkey in view up there. So yeah, we thought we'd have something a little bit different.
It was a birthday.
Is there? Whose birthday?
Oh, Dundas Junction Mother Railway. James says,
Dundas-
happy birthday, Rocky.
Oh, so
Happy birthday to you. Squash tomatoes and stew. Bread and butter in the gutter. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, thank you so much, Damien Leviton. It's very
that
kindly
your tune?
given a $6.99
Oh,
Canadian on the
thank you.
I keep trying to click the like button and it keeps going olé with the chat. There we go. So thank you so much for that. Tim's Model Railway in different videos says no farting today, Craig.
I'll fart when and however I want. You can't
It's our
stop me.
party and we'll fart if we want to.
Zoe, you're maxing out the microphone. Now shut your cake hole.
Can I just say, when I crawled and peeked up on the layout, my knees are actually knackered now.
Are they?
Really bad. I am.
Well, there you are. That's divine retribution.
Not rolling job, that's as far as my knees are now.
So there we are. What you're seeing on your screen is Minute Tattoo's newest. Now this weekend we're going to be having the exhibition debut of this rather fine layout. Now if you saw Minute Tattoo's before, then was it something? Yeah, apparently you maxed out the sound and made it just make a static thing. So yeah, Minute Tattoo's new. If you've been used to seeing Minute Tattoos at shows before, we're getting sound interference. It sounds like a fault on the analog side.
Yeah, I've got it. I'm checking on the. That's why I went out the room to check on the sound without causing issues. Right, what we've got is the same issue that we had at the show one time.
And what was that? So we're just looking.
It's damaged. It got damaged when we were at the downpour at Key Model World Live.
Right. Sounds like the microphone is in a pocket.
What?
Pass. So,
Right, well, there's an easy way to sort this out.
what?
Screw the microphone.
Okay.
And we'll switch to properties. We'll switch to one of the.
Thank you, me on my phone.
Yeah. Just bear in mind, guys, we can't make the audio work for everyone.
Yeah, I think.
Try that.
Yeah, fault is now intermittently better. It's like something is scraping about on the mic.
It's not that microphone. That's why I asked you to shut.
Oh, well, you weren't clear about it.
Well, I thought shh would have been a universal indicator.
It's a sound is okay. No.
Yeah, of course it is. It's on a
For me.
different microphone.
I'm shackling until the scraping, but that was Zoe making the scraping sound.
Right, the microphone's coming through that. Sound is coming through that microphone.
So, are we getting right? And is anybody here? Oh, can you hear me, mother? So, right, there we go. Don't forget to hit that like button and.
I thought I remember that when I was a kid.
I can hear.
What's this?
Yeah, mother.
Can you hear me, mother? Oh god, we've got Andy Fryer's Junction here, and we've got Iron Horse, and we've got the Cupboard Monkey, and it's bedlam. I'm going to just say it's bedlam.
It's not Bedlam, liar.
Sometimes I do
Organised
wonder.
chaos, thank you very much.
Yeah,
Disorganised
I do wonder why I agree to this, but we're
It's your
here.
idea.
Oh yeah, it was.
You're
So anyway,
because you've
minute.
brought the pain of last
Right,
time.
will you shut up? I'm trying to talk to these nice people, and I can't do that if you won't shut your face. Right. So anyway, Minith Tattoos, as you're seeing on your screen, it's very different from last time you saw it. This is the view from the top of the Minith Tattoos Tower, looking down on the new mountain and the slate quarry, and you're seeing the all-new double fairly Livingston Thompson going round. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to stop Craig from having his moment in the limelight.
You bugger!
Yeah.
Have you turned the camera off?
So anyway, Andy, Andy, come and sit here.
Okay.
So we got Andy Fry's Junction, who you might recognise from when we've been at Sawyer Models. It is.
It's because he's been sat on it.
Yeah. So it's great to see you. I hope you are well.
Yes.
Welcome to the Monday Club.
Thank you.
And of course, people might know you from Sawyer Models.
Yes,
over
obviously.
in Lee. So it's quite interesting to get a unique perspective as a retailer, but you're also very much a modeler at heart as well. Anybody who's been to your shop will see so many different layouts. And are these all layouts that you've built yourself?
Toby and I built them between us.
Yeah, so I don't want the best. No! The trouble is we have guests over and then the cupboard monkey goes all doolally and loopy.
I didn't get offered one.
Yeah.
Guest and I got nothing.
Oh,
Yeah, thank you.
there we go.
Olé!
I do like a crunch cream.
Yeah, that's got ginger in as well.
That one even better.
So anyway, what's in the news? Before we started, you two were like full of like, oh, we can talk about this, we can talk about this. So
Well, it's your show. We just do as we're told.
okay, tell me the news then. What's going on? What is coming up?
Well, the J52 is arriving from Hornby imminently.
Yeah, actually, I've already got one.
Yes. We've been having a look at that today, haven't we?
Yeah, we have actually. And Ravenheart Modeling says, is Andy going to run around following us with chocolates, trying to bribe us to buy a badge like at the shows? Oh, I didn't know it. Did you do a hard sell?
No, what we did was at, I can't believe it's not Worley.
Yeah.
We put, because it was getting close to Christmas,
Yeah.
we put tins of sweets
Beverage
out.
of choice.
Mine's Fanta. It's all the way over there behind Craig.
You don't
No,
touch your phone?
Yes, please, if you don't mind. No, we put sweets out on the stand, and we ran out on the Saturday. We went through 12 boxes.
Yeah,
so
because
we had to
people
buy
come in like,
more.
oh,
Yeah.
I love your sound, I love this. I'm not going to buy anything, but I'm just going to eat
Yeah.
the chocolates.
Every chocolate we take is a promise to purchase.
Yeah,
And he
then
will
we
make
did it
you
at
buy
Manchester
something.
Blackburn show. Yes, occasionally we do
How many
sweets.
tubs of Quality Street do you go through on a show?
Well,
Yes.
like I said, I can't believe it's not Worley. We went through 12 tubs on Saturday and about 8 for Sunday, and we ran out on Sunday as well.
Wow.
That's a lot.
I mean, they're not
sweetie.
particularly cheap. But,
No,
you know,
no. But do you find that actually that boosts sales, having sweet?
no, not really. It's just a nice gesture for people to come and have a rummage through our goodies and
How
see
dare
what
they
can
come
find.
and eat all my chocolates and not buy anything? That's the last
Yeah.
time I'll feed them with chocolate.
Yeah, just know that if you do take a chocolate and don't buy anything, everyone's secretly calling you a name under their breath.
I just
Good.
love the.
You have been noticed. You are a freeloader.
What
I
we'll do is
love
we'll
the
set the dog on it.
conversation we've had. Yes, we've been we've been selling we've been giving away 12 boxes of chocolates. Have
Yeah.
increased sales.
No.
Right. Anywho, Richard Swidowski says, hi Andy, thank you for the figures
Yes,
yesterday.
Richard bought a mini Zoe and a mini Craig at Crew
Oh,
yesterday. From Model U.
Excellent.
And of course they can't buy a mini me because you run out.
Yeah.
So I
You're just too popular. That's
yeah,
what it
too
is.
popular. Well, there's a new mini me that you've yet to get into stock.
Yeah,
where
that'll come next
I've
time.
got a much more
A mini
useful
Yi?
pose. But how do you find the Model U stuff sells
Yeah.
very well?
Yes, especially as we've got an exclusive at the minute, which is the Revolution Caroline Cruise in N&O.
Oh yes, yeah.
They're only available from us at the moment. They will go on general sale eventually, but not for a while yet. So if you want one, you can only get them through the shop, the website, or at shows for now. There's not that many left. So they're going well. But Model U is very popular. I have
Yeah.
been scanned. It's just not been released because they haven't got enough resin to print me out. So we're still waiting
Have
for
you,
that.
you have actually been scanned?
Yes, I was scanned at the last ever Worley show at the NEC, which was
So-
2023.
So what I need to do is to get onto Christopher at Model U and
Chris will be watching probably.
He will be. And so if a mini U were to turn up, were you in your suit or were you?
No, I was in my hoodie. And they've got me positioned in such a way that I could be stood at a bus stop looking through a window, stood on a platform. Because everybody, when they go to get scanned, always wants to be a driver or a fireman.
Yeah.
There's no people in regular poses, so they asked me to do that. So I said, "Oh."
And actually, it's something if you.
Oh, No, Tom, I've not ordered you yet. I'll have to order
Tom
you.
Marshall, Buckle Skelly Station. Great to see you. Hope you're well.
Like Tom and August about to start painting his figure.
Yeah,
There you go.
the Iron Horse would like you to know he's just about to start painting your figure.
Live on stream.
Live on screen, apparently, so we're going to get paint pebble dashed all over
Yeah,
us.
probably.
But of course,
Like a
we
3-year-old
do
with a
have
paintbrush.
some of Buckle Skelly Station's figures on Minith Tattoos. Something to look out for. The exhibition debut this weekend at the Bluebell Railway. We'll be there at Sheffield Park. It's on Saturday and Sunday. And it's the first time that the new rebuild of Minith Tattoos Newith has been shown. So I'm really excited about that. The weather's changed. But of course, we're going to be undercover.
No, it's not changed. This is the British summer.
Oh, yes. It's like, so when was summer this year?
May.
Thursday?
May for about an hour.
Yeah.
But isn't it always the way that May is normally glorious in this country, and then the actual summer is just rotten all the way
Well,
through?
don't forget, you've got Wimbledon coming up shortly, and the British Grand Prix, and then the kids break up for summer. So it's naturally going to rain for the next
Well,
6 to 8 weeks.
Although I'm not wishing to get massively onto the
Take away
subject of F1 Grand Prix, because this is a train channel after all. But actually, when it rains at a Grand Prix, that makes for an interesting Grand Prix.
It makes it more exciting than just a parade.
Especially if the weather changes. Now, I always think that the greatest Grand Prix are ones where it either starts wet and dries out, or starts dry and starts to rain, because that
And
really
then dries
does
out again.
mix it up. Well, my favourite was the 1996 Monaco Grand Prix, where only 5 people finished.
Yes.
The only race win by Olivier Panis for the Mugen Honda.
And in 1993, Senna went from the back of the grid to first in one lap at Donington in the rain. That was another
Yeah,
good one.
he was the master of the wet weather.
Yes.
Although Schumacher always was very good in the wet as well. But
We're
anywho,
talking about trains, aren't we?
yes.
We
So
both like motorsport. That's the problem.
We do.
I sponsor, as well as sponsoring Iron Horse, I sponsor a racing driver as well. That's where that's coming from. So.
But Rails of Sheffield are doing another run of the Cali 812 in the really quite interesting Cali blue. So this is the lighter blue and the darker blue. Now, I was surprised to see, well, that's not surprised. I mean, why not do the preserved one again? But it's exactly the same, as far as I can tell, as the previous version that they've done.
People really don't want to see my legs.
That's not what I'm trying to do.
I presume, can I just say, I presume that this means that Bachmann will be doing another run of the Cali 812.
I would have thought so. Yes, it would make sense.
Because did they actually go on general release last time, or were they only available through Rails?
Oh, I can't remember.
I've got a feeling actually that they were
I
exclusive
think they're
to
exclusive to
Rails.
Rails. Yes, yeah.
So
I
if
don't recall ever
Rails,
getting them in the shop. I've had them in second hand, but I don't recall having them in new.
so I suspect that Rails had the first run exclusives. They've now got the Cali ones as an exclusive the same time around, because those actually sold out really quite quickly in those liveries. But that may actually mean that regular model shops are going to be able to get the Cali 812
in
in
different
the
liveries.
BR and the LMS liveries. It'd be interesting how well they sell. It's a lovely model, I must admit. I do have 2 of the Cali 812s. I've got a weathered BR black, and I've got one of the Cali blue. Really lovely livery. But it will be nice to see them reappear.
Yep.
Now, in terms of other news, what other announcements have...
If people could see what was going on out of the corner of our eyes.
It's Iron Horse, I
with Craig.
think.
Yeah.
It's Iron Horse. I think that they can imagine...
Shop cam.
Yeah, I think they can imagine what Iron Horse is doing. Yeah,
Family show. Family show.
For those of you who are
I'm
unaware,
gonna splat my flesh all over your face, Tom.
he is shaking a bottle. That's
you know,
what he was
kids
doing.
watch this.
And he was doing it
Yeah.
under the table so
RG
it wouldn't splash on everything.
Yeah, can I just say, people can see because the camera's on him at the moment. RG Models 86 says, although it's a goods engine, the 8-1... Move your hand. Though it's a goods engine, the 8-1
You didn't say that before.
look nice with the Evolution coaches and the Caledonia livery. And, you know, I must admit, that's probably another thinking with them doing another run of the Cali blue ones is, well, why not? We've got new coaches
Yeah,
coming.
definitely.
So I think it will sell really, really well. Steam Shield says when they did the 812, they only did the first batch of the class. Wish they did more variety for renumbering. It's just a tooling issue, I guess. Whether the cost benefit analysis. Now you're seeing a lot of sock encrusted feet.
Not like doing it like this.
I was kind of hoping that the camera might move when I drop hints, but anyway.
So what were you trying? I'm trying to do
I
three
said
things at once.
everybody's just seeing our socks in the background.
Right. So
Where's Mr. MP Monster or something? This is. Can you tell we don't rehearse this?
It's definitely
would you like me to put it back onto the thing or tilt it down?
Let's get another angle on Minith Tattoo's Newith. The high angle shot works really
which
well.
we'll see at the Lee show in September.
Absolutely. Or if you're down Shaft, Bluebell Railway, Sheffield Park this weekend. But also you can if you're not going down south, basically you can bump into Iron Horse at Freising Hall Models are having it's their 70th birthday.
I have no idea. I'm
75th,
to go there to be a good point.
I know it's
It's not running.
what's not there?
It's not running. It's just twisting its wheels.
It's okay. It just needs a bit of movement. That's all.
Is
There you
it?
go.
Yeah, something probably just jammed somewhere. Is it? Something's derailed. Look at the wheels. If you need a job doing.
Yeah, Jen, I can't do this. I don't know. So I'm doing as best I can. Guys, this is what happens when we go live in a different area.
It's Freising Hall 75th.
75th.
Yes, 75 years.
So they must be pretty much the oldest retailer on the go because that's
I would say, yeah, it must be
that's older.
getting
even
close
than-
to it, yeah.
That's older now, so they must predate Happens.
Yeah, they got, was it 60 they got to, was it? 60,
Something like that. So so if you're in the area, Freising Hall Models.
Craig's still old.
And I think Simon Cole is going to be there. Is it? No, not Simon Cole. Pete Waterman. So do look out for that. Mel's, g'day to you. It's great to see you. Hope you're well. Aaronville says, Jenny and Zoe, I'm aiming to go to Getz. Will you be there? Yes. I'd like to buy a Crimson Monday Club badge when I get there. Also, will there be a YouTubers meetup? Of course, there will always be a YouTubers meetup. But we'll be there with Minith Tattoos Newith because it's being featured in, I think it's the September issue of Hornby magazine, which will go on sale in August. And that's part of the criteria. You either have to have been featured or about to be featured in Hornby magazine to be able to be invited to get. So
your name's not on the list.
yeah, you're not on the list. Also, there's Schnürth, the Settle Model Railway Festival that's coming up. We're not taking a layout to that, but we are going to be there.
We're going to be running
And
the media. This is one of the reasons why we're testing our new broadcast system today.
yes, so we've made some changes, and what's clear is we need to do some work with electrical contact cleaner or something.
Yes.
With the sound desks. But yeah, so Peachy TT120 says, oops, sorry I'm late.
A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. So there will be a meetup. We'll probably do something like we normally do. I think it's 1 o'clock in front of Minith Tattoo's Newith.
Yep.
So just be there or be triangular. Ben Tollett says, as I have no layouts to operate at the Worley show myself, and others might visit on the Saturday and go to Worley at Statfold.
Yeah, I was going to say Worley Statfolds is on the same weekend, yeah.
I suppose there's only so many weekends.
We're at Statfold.
Well, we're going to be at Getz, so we won't see you. That's
No.
a shame.
No, we'll have to send messages.
Yes, we will. You won't be able to come and raid my stash of cookies and biscuits and drinks.
Is Tom Marshall still watching? What colour do you want your shirt to be, Tom?
So, Tom Marshall, what colour do you want your shirt painting?
And I'm also painting Richard Watson from New Junction.
I would have it painted sort of yellow and purple and blue stripes to make it really difficult for Craig to paint.
Yeah, Vicky Lawless says, sorry, Gandalf, I'm late as well. Hi, everyone.
A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they need to.
Thanks, Gandalf.
Thanks,
I'm
Gandalf.
just
Thanks,
wondering
Gandalf.
whether Gandalf could move the camera on the layout round a little bit so we can actually see more of the trains. I'm mindful, nice though that hill face is.
Okay, this is stopping every time.
Give it a bit more oomph.
Give it some beans.
I don't know how.
Oh, sorry. I have to go and do the technical stuff. Andy, talk to the nice people.
Yeah.
Well, I always talk to the nice people. but, yeah.
Let me
Only tell them
Well, we do have an exclusive announcement to do, but we'll do that when Jenny comes and sits back down again.
When she comes round the map and when she comes.
Yes, just going to up. Oh, hello. Can't see anything now, can you?
No, I'm going to turn the monitor so I can see
Yes,
what's
that's
going on.
Oh no, my white's all gunked up.
Oh, you got
It's not good when you've got gunky whites.
The layout is fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
You know, you see it obviously online, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
And you just when you see it up
I
close.
tell you what the issue is. It's actually on a slight angle. So
James asks, "Do we have an inclusive announcement as well as an exclusive announcement?"
yes, we do. You're all invited to buy the exclusive announcement. We're being inclusive. Everybody can buy.
How did you do that?
Shall I do it? Oh,
Yes,
right.
please, you grab it.
So
Yeah, I'm having a lot of trouble here, Jen.
yeah,
Come on.
just go and sit on the sofa. Go and sit on the sofa and.
Don't be the presenter of cupboardness.
I'm trying my best, but I've got a
Yeah.
damaged arm, and
Yeah.
I'm trying to reach over
Well,
with it.
yeah, it's okay. Don't you worry. Jenny is here. The problem is over. So don't panic.
Typical
everyone.
show layout. It's stopping all the time.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
fine.
Put the camera on it.
It's
Yeah.
been running all afternoon, no issue at all. And within 25 minutes of it being on camera, the problems start.
And when there's an exhibition manager sat in the same room as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what usually happens.
But
yeah.
it's okay. You've already booked it.
I know I've already
No
booked it.
backsies.
Yes, yes. It's booked for this year and next year.
No backsies.
Tell Richard Watson
Oh,
the new junction
man.
is getting a pink.
Everyone said they can't believe that we're already halfway through 2025.
Yeah.
It's actually
Yes.
quite an interesting point. We
It's quite
are.
scary. It's the run to Christmas now.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Is it 189 days to Christmas or
Stop
something
it!
like that? Is
Stop it!
Yeah.
Yeah, behave.
Just to
yourself.
depress everybody because it's the summer, you know.
Right.
Right.
Well, it's sort of slowly, slightly.
Oh, because I've got some. I've got some of that, and I've got some of that.
Yeah, we'll mention it. That's fine.
Yeah, you're saying that TMC have run out of Jen's limited edition wagon. We still actually have some in the shop.
Cool.
So if people still want them, give us a ring and we can post them out to you.
Yeah, I just want to see that. We've gone crackly again. Yeah, we're trying to work on some of the wiring, but the fact of the matter is that we are very, very limited in what we can do live. This today is a test of our modified outdoor broadcast system, and yeah, it's not.
So what's gone crackly now?
Oh, who
For
knows?
some reason, this has decided to be a poopy pants.
That's because you pressed it.
Yeah, James, send me your Christmas order and I'll get it in for you.
Yeah, we're gonna get not crackly now. The chances are the crackle you were hearing was actually the Velcro that we're using
Yes.
to hold up the
Yeah.
camera.
Right.
Bent down a little bit.
Woohoo, matron.
That's it.
There we go.
Yeah,
Right, that's good. Leave it there. Don't mess with it. Don't touch it. Don't touch that dial. Right. Anywho, so it's
There we go. Doesn't that look really nice? Look at
it
that
does
layout.
actually. Doesn't that look
Doesn't it?
pretty? Oh, it
Okay, let's use the different camera then now that you've set it up.
Right, leave it alone. Don't you touch that dial. So, anywho, are we allowed to announce that there will be an announcement tomorrow, or has that not been announced yet?
it.
What, the Hornby an announcement of an announcement? And no, I've got no idea what it is.
We've had
I think it's going to be TT. Because
So,
he did say there
actually-
was 2 more announcements this year. One in the summertime, which would be about now, and then one roundabout sort of, I can't believe it's not Worley. So it does make me think it might be TT. We could be completely wrong.
Well-
but I think there's something coming.
See, the thing is, and I don't actually know what it is, so I can speculate
Yeah.
with
We
impunity.
haven't been told either.
The other thing I can think of, I mean, it's not necessarily an announcement of a single thing. We're just assuming it's a single thing. Richard Knowles says, "Good evening, people. Excuse me for being a little late."
A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf.
Thanks, Gandalf.
Ben Tullett says Dawlish Warren layout was playing up at the weekend only because of the heat. One of the other layouts at the show we were at had an issue with a controller reversing polarity due to incoming storms. I mean,
the polarity of the neutron flow.
one of the things actually is
The
that
legend on Pertwee.
one of the issues that I've had up in Weir Yard is actually the track joins on the ABC sections close up and then touch each other, so your ABC section disappears, and that's when you see a gronk goes walkabout on the main line.
See, this is what happens in the shop. You've got in the window the 8x4 double O gauge layout, the decency sound one. That's in the sunlight all day, every day. Never have a single issue with the track, the locos. It's fine.
You know,
the
it's
N-gauge
break now
layout,
you said that.
yeah, probably will. Yeah, sod's law. But the N-gauge layout that's just behind it and the O-gauge layout, which neither of them are in the sunlight, they're in the building, the track warps. And it's like, why does the one in the window not do it, but the two that are not in the sunlight do it? It just doesn't make any sense.
Something
whatsoever.
down to the gaps between the rails, maybe.
Well, there's gaps on the N and the O, but there's none on the double O.
Knockers Lane says, Jenny, I have just painted and modified your new mini-me figures. This is the new one.
Oh, the new one, yes, which I will be
You're going to
ordering
get
in.
into stock.
Yes.
Wait for this one. It's Brill, Kelly's Hero Star. I really look forward to that. And yes, Ravenheart modelling. If in doubt, just run it faster. It does seem to be working actually. 120 mile per hour through the slate mine.
Speaking of running faster, I really want to get out my microscale extras.
Well,
oh, yes.
funnily enough, can I just say that spirited runs back in the day before preservation were noted by some Festiniog locomotives, and I believe that 45 miles per hour was recorded on some spirited runs of certain locomotives. So just because it's like a little narrow gauge windy thing, it doesn't mean that they're not capable of a fair old turn of speed.
Xantex asked an interesting. Was it a hot day when I did the track in the window? No, it wasn't. It was just a standard day. So it's nothing to do with that.
So, you want to
But that's an interesting idea.
What's wrong?
One of the things that I'm
nothing's
thinking
wrong.
about actually for the Hornby announcements is, well, the J52 is just being released. Now they have announced, I think it's 3 different liveries, or possibly a 4th one. I don't know.
It's the green GNR, you've got the LNR, and I think there's a British Rail. I think that's
Is there
the
an early
first
and a
one.
late crest?
I think
British
there's
Rail?
only one.
Well, one of my thoughts were, could there be a, all that noise and racket you're making is coming through the thing, and
For those who aren't seeing what's going
Hold
on,
on, you can see it.
microscale extra.
yeah, and a lot of fluff. Don't get the fluff on my layout. But
Well, be layout.
The
one
nice
thing-
viewers don't get to see the
yeah,
dirty track.
what if the announcement tomorrow is a hitherto not yet announced J52
Oh, could be.
factory fitted with HM7000 and Stay Alive?
Well, yes, it could be a sound fitted one.
Because
You
I
know
know
what I'd
I-
love? If they'd announced that they're actually going to make that gronk they had going around the scale extra track on April Fool's one year.
Oh, yes, that would have been. You'd have one of them.
probably, yeah.
Yes, see, it's a.
Zoe has a bit of fluff on the side. Yeah. 060 train says, Edwin, just sub to you and your stress tomorrow night. So Edwin's 3D, Edwin's models,
Neil's
Lifestyle Unleashed, says perhaps the temperature in the window layout is more consistent for the rail, Andy. And he's doing a live stream tomorrow, actually.
Good
the
luck.
first live stream.
Yes,
The
well,
first one always screws up. Remember that it is going
Yes.
to happen because you're learning. Do not take learning as being bad.
No, not at all.
But to get back to the trains, PN Motorsport train says factory fitted HM7000 J52 would be very nice. Now, the Great Northern Railway liveried version, is that the preserved example that they're doing? I can't remember.
Being a diesel model, I'm not 100% sure on this.
Yes, it's like
Sorry.
train. Cymru Rails, great to see you. I hope you are well. We've got a few latecomers, I think, sneaking in.
A Monday
Yeah, there we go.
chorus never late total wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Gandalf. So, Ian, I'm thinking that could be a possibility. They're basically due in shops this week. Now, I've had my delivery from Hornby, so I think anybody who's got a pre-order of the first one in the warehouse, I've been told, is the LNER one. So if you've ordered just the LNER one,
July they're out.
well, I think it's the LNER one is in. The others may not be, because obviously they when they do the production, they do one livery at a time. So the LNER one is clearly being on first. Now, my thoughts are they could announce a J52, hitherto unannounced livery
Could be.
option, maybe
Yeah.
with HM7000. But also, we're expecting the TT120 Terrier.
Yep, they're due
So
soon.
I do wonder whether they might be doing as like a website exclusive, one of the Isle of Wight Central ones, to mirror the liveries they did as website exclusives for the 001.
Or it could be a collector's club model. So it could be a J52 collector's club.
Yeah.
Or
Can you be quiet, Zoe?
we've also got the possibility it could be something to do with Rail 200,
Actually, that's a good
which
point.
is due very soon.
Because we've seen quite a few Rail 200 releases from Backman, and they're coming in. It's like quite a nice
Yeah.
silvery box.
The loco and the wagon, I think,
Yeah.
is the last one.
Yeah, I do apologise for the noise that is currently drowning out our microphone.
I'm
now.
sorry.
This is the cupboard monkey playing with scale electrics. You can just see a head bobbing around in the frame.
There's nothing wrong with Scale Electric.
Yeah, Jenny and the team, I love the way team is in inverted
yes.
commas, are in the conservatory. So J13, which is the Great Northern Railway version, apparently is in the warehouse too, says AD Pullen. So really looking forward to that, actually. And I've just been putting mine through testing and B-roll footage filming. So basically I film all the running footage first and then I do the full review.
Don't tell them how the sausages.
But strangely enough, actually, for a tank locomotive, it's the first time I've ever seen a 21-pin decoder in a tank engine. Normally,
Next 18, usually.
yeah, normally it's next 18 or 8-pin or 6-pin. But unusually, they've gone 21-pin, and it kind of makes sense given the HM7000 decoder size. Now, a lot of people have noticed the 21-pin decoder is out of stock pretty much everywhere. But I have it on good authority that the next batch is incoming. So hopefully they will be arriving fairly quickly. But a lot of people always speculate, oh, is it going to be a different, smaller form factor? Don't know. But the 6-pin HM7000 decoders are currently on the verge of making their way to the beta test team. So be rest assured that progress is being made. Now, in terms of the actual sound profiles, we've had the release of the J52. That is now here ahead of the release of the J52 models into the shops, which is great. So I've been able to put the J52 profile onto one of my decoders and it runs really quite nicely. But some people may have actually missed the first international profile has gone on for a locomotive that's in the River Rossi range.
Oh, yeah.
And it really cracked me up on a certain internet forum where the armchair chairs
Yes.
hold forth with this font of knowledge that knows nothing. A lot of people were saying, oh, well, it won't catch on in Europe because they're not doing any European profiles. It's like, I've got news for you, mate. There's a European, a River Rossi electric locomotive, the profile of which went live the same time as the J52 profile. And I've not seen anybody on there actually pick up on this. They keep going, oh, well, they're not doing this. Hornby are not doing that. And it's like, have you asked them? I don't think you've asked them.
No, they've not. No.
So there we are. Anyway,
Them.
Gary B says, when is Minith Tacit Newith getting a Jenny digging figure in the quarry? Can I just say, there is a mini-me figure, the digging me figure, is actually on Minith Tattoos.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we're looking to do is have some laminated sheets of things you can spot on the layout. I'm hoping that people will actually spend some time trying to actually spot all these things. And one of them is a mini-me.
They haven't actually got that.
Flymo Chairman 1 has posted a link to Sawyer
They're
models.
not on there yet.
They're not on your website, but
Yes, they will
you're
be.
basically the only source for them now.
Yes, I think so.
Although I do have my personal stash. There was
I'd like to thank TMC for
Yeah.
hosting the sale of them. To
absolutely, they have been an immense help. dealing with all of the dispatch and such like of the.
They've been absolute wonders for us.
Absolutely. So cannot thank them enough. And as we said at the top of the show, they've actually got a 30% off second-hand promo at the moment. So they've got 30% off pre-owned sale, just gone live. All elements in it are eligible for a cheeky discount if you make an offer. This is a bit like the eBay, and make an offer or buy it now. But do be warned, someone could come along and buy it at full price and gazump you. So there's basically make an offer or buy it now. They've got some OO, N-Gauge, and an interesting selection of plastic kits as well. So interesting to look out for. Now, Monday Club badges. I've got to bring this up. The new Monday Club badges, the next colour. Ooh. And lots of people speculate about this. I find this really quite gratifying that people have kind of got behind this. Getting unique in-person shopping discounts. The new colour will be available exclusively initially, in person only, at the Settle Model Rail Festival. I can't remember the weekend.
19th and 20th of July.
19th and
Voice from
20th
the
of
God.
July.
Available. They also got food.
Hey, language, Timothy.
Did he say oh dear?
Yeah, he said something about reproducing in a hot place. No, Peachy TT120.
Rill.
Nice guess. Rill's not hot. Nice guess, Peachy TT120,
Oh.
but not. But yes, the new colour has been ordered. I do know what the colour is, but you'll have to wait until the Settle Model Rail Festival to find out. They'll go on
19th and
sale.
20th of July.
We have managed to keep the price at the same price. The actual costs have gone up to us, but we have absorbed that. So the next batch are the same £5. Simon Trains Model Railway Showcase says, I did buy a Minith Tattoo Wagon from Sawyer Models from DEMU's showcase at Sutton Coldfield. Oh, thank you so much.
Worth mentioning that Smurf Settle Model Rail Festival is free to attend.
Yes, there's no entry
No
fee.
tickets, nothing like that. There's plenty of parking.
But you have to buy something.
It's always nice when you do.
Well, yeah, because Auntie Wainwright, Richard Brighton, will of course do the hard sell. 3B Rail says, my vote is in for Umber. Well, they've already ordered. Gary B is suggesting tartan.
Had I met Brown?
3, 2, 1, and I'm back, says DJ K666.
Brown.
Charlie Chimp
Yellow
asks, is the answer Daypole blue? Well,
Yellow, red and
technically,
blue.
the very first one was blue. Now, the maroon badges will remain on sale until Settle Model Rail Festival, and then after that weekend, the website sales will change over to the new colour. However, if there are any maroon ones left, they will be available from us in person at shows. And no doubt you will
I've
have
got some green and some maroon left.
Oh yeah, if you really want a green one, it turns out that Sawyer Models
Yes, I've still got
has
a
still
few.
got a few.
Not a
Um,
huge amount, but I think I've got a couple of them left.
Andrew Bettis, actually, that is a good suggestion. Should be experimental purple. We'll add it to
yeah.
the list. And Peachy TT120, actually, engineering yellow is not a bad choice.
Got some.
Caroline Rogers says, we had 8 of your last wagons. Oh, wow. Thank you so much for your support.
That's
Oh,
fantastic,
brown
isn't
one.
it?
Oh, that is
How
definitely...
about yellow?
Yellow.
Yellow. What about yellow?
Yellow's a primary
You
colour.
can't make yellow
Yellow's a primary.
Why can't we make yellow?
because it's a
Because
primary colour.
primary colour.
Yeah, you just buy a bottle of it.
I didn't bring yellow with me.
Warning panel yellow, says DJK Triple Dix. Photographic grey, says Peter
Well,
Jackson
that's it. See,
Cheadle.
I see everything grey being colourblind, so it doesn't matter what colour you make the badge, they're all the same to me.
Do you not see any colours?
Not really, no.
How do you know you don't see colours? Because surely you don't know what we see.
I had those blotty testy things, that's how they worked it all out.
I know, but like you can see when things are different to
I see different shades of grey, yes.
You see 50 shades.
I think, yeah, I do 50 shades of grey. Here we
See,
go.
I've had this argument with somebody before in that how do you know you're seeing Justin Gray? Because you don't know what anybody else...
Justin Gray?
He's like Justin Wales,
Oh,
but
right.
different. But no, it's like...
You don't like just inside?
I'm guessing because being colourblind, are you not?
It's not fun, I'll tell you that.
So So when you look at the paints he's painting, they all look like different shades of the same thing.
No, blue, yellow, red, and green I don't see.
At all.
They're all just different shades of grey. Different heights, different brightnesses or darknesses or whatever. So when I'm playing snooker, I have to ask the person to point out where the green is, where the yellow is. Obviously, I can tell where the reds are because there's more of them on the table. So
Unless you get down to the last one.
yes, and if they want to be a pain, they can lie or they can be nice.
But surely you have a gentleman's agreement that if they lie to you and they go, ha ha, you did a foul, then actually they should
You get to
penalised.
slap them.
No, the snooker cue gets inserted sideways.
Does it? Oh,
Yeah.
nice. So good night, Sarah.
Night, Sarah.
Take care.
I'm just sort of scanning back. I'm not sure which Sarah it was. I didn't catch the comment, but somebody was saying good night to you. So 3V Rail and 060 Trains saying good night, Sarah. Are you all right there, Zoe?
Oh,
You're making weird noises again.
I'm old now. I
Oh.
was trying to sit on the floor.
The Railway Wanderer says, not been here in a while. It's great to see you.
Welcome
Hope you're
back.
well. So we're going to actually, we've got on screen, I hate these mice that go, we will save battery power by going to sleep, and then, no, and then we'll basically mess you about when you actually try and, there we go. Stop messing about. So it's great to see you. We're here in the conservatory. We've got Minith Tatus Newith going. We've got Iron Horse Railways. Craig is in the building, so stand by for Parpage. And then we've got Andy Friars Junction. You might recognise in the chat. If you're wondering why is Andy Friars Junction not saying much, it's because he sat here.
Well, I was before until he put me over here. When I was sat over
Yeah,
there.
And
yeah.
now the
Yeah.
answer is he can't get a word in edgewise.
No.
Well, that's funny, because neither
I'm
can
more
I.
concerned with the fact that Craig's got his table out. He's got it half on the rug and half, and he wonders why things falling off because it's rocking back and forth like
It
this.
is.
Rocking around.
Think-
Normally,
right,
when I put that on the end of a
CP
rock,
Model Railway says people can't hear me if people are talking
Hey.
all at once.
What?
CP Model
What?
Railway said my lab partner in uni was colourblind as we did electronics. I had to read all the resistor colour codes
Yep.
for him. Oh my
So
word.
I can't hardwire a decoder in.
Richard Knowles asks, is it my end or is the end of the chat not in sync with the stream? I think it's your end.
To be honest with you, on the screen, it will be slightly out.
I agree with Ham Shackleton.
Knockers Lane says just had to finish Jenny's mini-me figure, coat of Vallejo, matte clear coat, and it's done. Still got the handbag, but that's about all. British Railways Enthusiast says, I love your 009 layout, and it was nice meeting you at the NEC Model Railway Show. I know it was a while ago, but it was very nice to meet you. Lovely to meet you too. Always great to meet people in person. So welcome to the Monday Club stream. But what other news have we got going on? Well, so you organise an exhibition, and this is two. So because you do the Lee exhibition, what's the second one?
Saddleworth Charity for Guide Dogs.
So I mean, this is
You came to that this year, didn't you?
It's rock, isn't it?
Very nice.
this is the first time we've had somebody on actually that we can chat to about what goes into organising an exhibition. So,
Stress.
so when do you actually start planning the
Okay, well,
exhibition?
we're in 2025 now. The show being the second week of September is well done. 2026 is done. I'm currently working on 27 and 28.
So you're actually working several years
Yes,
ahead.
you have to do. Yeah.
And does that, so that's not just the layouts, does that also include traders?
Apparently, we look like siblings. I'm an only child, but if I had a sister, I couldn't think of a better one. There you go.
I could.
Right, checking the post. Yeah, checking the
Yeah.
post. Yeah.
All right.
They're very more.
Now that they mention it, we do have a similar shaped face actually, yeah.
I shall speak to my mother. Can't speak to Dad anymore, but I can ask my mother.
Yeah, I'll ask
Well,
them.
you can, but running a Ouija board.
Yeah, Ouija board comes out. Is anybody there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, organising a show. We got distracted.
Small
Sorry.
sacrificial lamb.
Yeah, we did. So, I mean, how is it like a full-time job to be able to, or is it like a couple of hours here and there?
It's unpaid because it's voluntary, so I do it for the club.
Yeah.
So the Saddleworth one's the easier one to do because it's a much smaller venue because it's in the museum. So we have 7 layouts. Well, we're going up to 7 next year from 5. I know each layout can only be about 18 foot long, so it's easy to do. The Lee show is 13,000 square foot, so we have about 35 layouts in there.
And that's quite a long-standing show. So you with the Lee show, you took over from somebody else. So this is the show that's
the
been
Lee
up-
show was originally in the church hall, which you will have been in.
I
right?
have
The
exhibited.
grotty, mould-ridden, bare electric wires church hall, yes.
Yes.
And it all started because in 2018, people came into the shop after the exhibition and were complaining about how poor the 2018 show was. And I went, it's nothing to do with me because I'm not part of the club.
What
So
made them think it was you?
because you go into your local shop, don't you? You assume the shop is something to do with it. It wasn't. So I ended up going along to the club and I didn't realise it was the AGM night. So I had to pay me tenner, I joined the club, sat there chatting away, and then I started the feedback. And by the end of the exhibition, I had ended up becoming exhibition
You'd
manager.
been roped into
and
it.
I took the club to the sports village, which obviously should have been 2020, and COVID curtailed that for 2 years.
So your first exhibition that you organised, you went, let's just check off the church hall and go straight for the big thing, and that made it a lot bigger as well.
Yeah, you could fit the church hall about 6 times into the sports village.
I mean, was that daunting to not only take over an established show, but then also make it huge by comparison to what it had been?
I did it my way. I scrapped whatever way the club did it. I didn't like it, so I did it my way, which I found much easier. I mean, the old Lee show, there was 2 or 3 of them organising it. Now it's just me. It's easy when everything's under one.
I mean, what did you come at a point where the people who had been doing it actually didn't want to do it anymore, or did you just let it go? I'm doing it now.
No. I think they were getting a bit tired of doing it because they've been doing it for 20 plus years or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think they just wanted to pack it in, and I said I would quite happily come along and I would do it. So we did 20. The 2020 show got rolled over to 2022. That was the year the Queen passed away, 2 days before. 23 was the weekend of the hottest weekend of the year. And last year the weather was absolutely perfect. So it was like this. And it was absolutely, well, you were there. It was absolutely heaving. This year it's 30 odd exhibits again. DCC Concepts will be there this year. Craig and Mr. B will be there. We've got a brewery coming this year as well.
What? Sorry?
Yes.
Brewery? Tell me
The
more.
Engine Shed Brewery.
Oh, they were at Doncaster.
Yes,
they were.
Kevin and the gang.
So will they have like a bar?
No, the way we've had to apply for a license,
Right.
and basically you can purchase the beer, you cannot drink it on the premises
At all.
because that would have involved buying an even more expensive license, right?
So you can
So
buy it
you can
to
purchase it
take home
and take
with
off
you.
the
What
premises.
if people buy the beer, go into the toilet, and then come out with a bottle of orange juice?
That's strangely beer coloured.
I do wonder what goes on in your head. Not a lot, clearly, but
No,
you know,
no.
Yeah. Anyway, but
Can-
yeah, you can buy it, but
yeah.
you can't drink it on the premises. But you can take it home.
So
They're doing a dark ale, a light
that
ale.
noise is coming through.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's JL Railway says it's blooming good beer.
Yeah. There's the Black 5.
Good
which is the
night,
dark
Valleys 56XX. It's been
Big
great
boy.
having you
Going to sleep.
having you in. It's a school night.
Oh, yes, it's
and
Monday, isn't
Yeah. So I very, very thoughtfully made sure that I never worked Tuesdays.
beer. Yes.
That was my rider when I got headhunted.
And if I don't want to go in tomorrow morning, I can get the Minion Rob to open up. Oh no, I can't. I'm taking the car for a regas of the air conditioning. No, I've got to be up in the morning. No, never mind.
So,
I don't get a day off.
but of course, you also run a model shop. And how long have you
Yeah.
actually run a model shop? for?
11 years now.
11 years. What possessed you to do that?
I've got no idea. Well, I've always wanted to do it since I was a kid, and
Is this like, when you're a kid? When I was a kid, I remember people going, "Oh, when I grow up, I want to run a sweet shop." And you think, yes, you can talk yourself stupid.
yeah.
But with this, was it? I presume you had an interest in.
Oh
it.
yeah. I got my dad's Hornby 3 rail when I was 6, which then progressed to 2 rail and so on, and then went to uni, ran my own pub for a bit, then went to be one of the managers at the bingo, and then went into a different job which was just not getting anywhere. And then I said to Dad, "Can I have my inheritance early? Being an only child, can we set a shop up?" And Dad went, "Yeah, okay then." So we opened up the first shop in Earlstown for 3 years. Then we moved to Lee, where we are still now, but we're rapidly running out of space. But we're
You
not
are,
moving. We're not
actually.
moving. We're going to stay. We're just going to make the most of the space that we've got. But we've got the storerooms in the back, so we could take walls down and make the shop bigger. if we
I was
wanted
going to
that.
suggest actually, if you thought about sort of expanding into that space.
It's possible. Like the JL Railway. Are you going to go to the 12th birthday next year? Well, yeah, you're obviously all invited
Well, yeah,
again.
of course.
Yeah, to be doing it
And
again.
there's a few people saying they're going to be at the Bluebell Railway
that's good.
event. So DJK 666 says it'll be there on Saturday. My old
Brilliant.
club will be in the Birch Grove suite. Excellent. So what we should probably do is have an informal meetup. Let's just say 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Anybody there? Do the same Saturday as Sunday. Come to Minith Tattoos Newydd. Come and say hello.
Yes.
And if we aim for, obviously you can come at other times, but at 1 o'clock in the afternoon,
Yeah.
everybody get together.
If you turn up at 7:30, you'll be turned away.
Yes. Be gone with you.
One second
yes.
early and you'll get
Yes, Zantec, the Bluebell are running trains because as exhibitors, we get one free return ticket each.
And
for the
we've
full
got
line.
that at the Battlefield line in August with the Backman do that they put on one free trip. But apparently the line's about 5 miles long or something. So
Wow, that sounds
Yeah.
pretty good.
That's a good little trip.
I think something like that. It's quite a long. I could be wrong, but I'm sure somebody said it was about 5 miles long.
See, when I did the model railway show at Ruddington, I got to ride the rails with impunity, but that was only because I talked my way into the cab of the locomotive.
I see.
So there's nobody checks your ticket when you get in the cab.
That's a good way of doing it. Yes.
Yeah,
Unlimited rides. Let's try that.
What got me was actually the Fred Flintstone floor in the locomotive. You could actually watch the track going by through the gaps in the
Oh,
wooden
right.
floor.
Okay.
Is
Yes.
this in case you have to go up a particularly steep hill and have to give it a push?
No, it was very interesting. Back in the day when I had a potato cam, so there is actually video footage of the cab ride, but it looks like it is being literally filmed on a potato. JL Railway says
Subtle as a
Andy,
brick. Yes,
Andy
there
was
you go.
going to say there's no model shops in Paynton.
No, the painter one closed down, didn't they? They
Paynton
retired.
branch of Sawyer Models sounds good. I don't. Would you ever open a second branch?
I think James is hinting at running that. I think that's what he's hinting
Well,
at.
he could franchise the name off you.
Could do, yeah.
Yeah.
Just open up and James.
So
could
all
do that,
all he needs to do is basically pay you money every month, and jobs are
That'd
good.
be easy, yeah. Wouldn't have to
Yeah.
do anything. No, we have discussed a second shop, but not for a while yet.
Well, because Rails of Sheffield are opening, they
Yes.
have opened a shop at
On the
railway
station, yes.
We were curious about this. It's like, is there a lot of footfall with that, or is this going to be the start of closing the existing shops, having the shop at the station?
That's a possibility.
Now that they've got all the mail order and such like is away at their Dronfield site.
Possible.
Yaharic says layouts and traders at Horsted Keynes and Sheffield Park. So yeah, and there's a lot going on at the Bluebell Railway. I've never actually been to it. Now I've followed it quite closely during the period when they were rebuilding. Actually, I think I started following avidly what they were up to when they were doing the Kingscote extension. I can remember reading about that in magazines. That must have been in the late 80s, early 90s. But when they dug out Imberhorn Tip, actually, very, very interesting. Because it was in the sort of the earlier days of the internet, and they had a blog. So I used to go and check every single day and see how much they dug out that
To make
day.
you feel old, in the late 80s, I was about 7 or 8 years old.
How old are you?
42. I was born in March 1983.
I was
So we're not
86.
twins. We're not twins because
You look younger than me, though, so it's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Just for
Dig
this,
yourself
you
out
can
the
make
hole,
brown without yellow.
Can you?
I have
I
used.
dread to think how you've done that.
Ben Davis says, "Hi Jennifer, see Backman are
Yeah.
making 828 things great as go great with the Rapido Cali single in dark blues number 123, with them having dark blue from the 2010s. So basically, yeah, you could get a pair to match for your
Oh,
minutes of
look.
steam guard.
I look 21 stone, maybe. Yes.
Oh.
No, yeah, actually, you do look quite. I think it's because you've
I have a baby face, just like my mother.
you've got baby head as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. I mean, I made the effort. I shaved my head today and I shaved my face as well. Yeah.
So it's like a wet shave. Do you have to like foam up all?
Oh no,
over?
no! I have a Remington for the top, and then I have my Mach 3 for the.
Remington steel.
Oh yeah,
So-
Remington steel with Pierce Brosnan. Yeah.
So let me just try and
Fun
get.
fact about Remington Steel. An alternative version of the theme tune, which was rejected for that show, is the theme tune to He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
Really? Oh, what? They're remaking that. They're redoing a movie of that, aren't they?
Yes.
They're redoing it. That should
I
be
saw the
interesting.
guy dressed as He-Man.
It looks
the
good.
part.
Yeah.
He looks the part.
JL Railway says, Andy, don't be rude about yourself.
I'll consider this. Oh, by the way, James is a painter. He's coming up to paint the shop up. Hopefully in a
Oh,
couple of
excellent.
months' time. We're gonna He's going to come and repaint the walls
So-
and the ceiling and do a good job on it.
That'd be nice. So they'll paint over the shiny marks where.
Yes, where Dad made a mistake when he was painting the ceiling. Yes.
Yeah, I'll
Using-
paint over this mark with high gloss paint, even though the rest of it is matte emulsion.
Yes,
because
that was Dad for you.
might as well have just painted a bullseye on the
Yeah,
watermarks.
God love him.
Yes, Ben Davis. I'm going to be at the Bluebell Railway this weekend
Pity I'm
at
not
the
gonna be,
Model
but-
Railway Show. See, you could have swapped with Zoe, except you're
I'm away.
on
I'm
a jolly
going
as well.
glamping this weekend. Yeah.
Yes, Ben Davis. I will be at the Bluebell Railway. So 1 o'clock at Mineth Tatters at Sheffield Park. We'll have a kind of an informal meet-up. If you're about, it'd be great to see you. Obviously come round any other time as well. But we'll be there. It's the exhibition debut of Mineth Tattoos, which is the layout that you're seeing on your screen now. Full rebuild of this 009 Beauty. It's going to be featured in the September issue, I think it is, of Hornby magazine. Secretly, fingers crossed, I am hoping it might get the cover. But yeah, I don't think even the guys who take the photographs know what's going to be on the
It's
cover.
the editor's choice. It depends what else is in the magazine.
So basically, we've all got to butter up Mike Wilde.
Yes.
But who knows? I mean, that'd be great if I could. I've only ever got the cover of a magazine once before, and it is a magic feeling when you think that, like, you could just go into Smithy's reading room and there it is, your layout on the shelf.
Yeah.
To be fair, making your own magazine and putting yourself on the cover doesn't count.
Yeah, but then it wouldn't be in Smithy's, would it?
Where's Craig? He's sat to our right, busy painting.
Yeah,
model
he's
figures.
painting away.
I'm trying to, but it's not going
We took
very
him
well.
off screen because he was
Yes.
doing suggestive things with his paints.
So I'm just going to jump in one moment, Jen.
Yes.
Tonight's game hanger will not be in the office due to overwhelming heat. I'm going to run some mini scale extra and maybe play a board game.
So,
I'll
does
join you in
that? So
that.
does that mean that basically we don't move? Game Hammer is going to be here on this rig.
Yes.
Okay. Charlie Chimp says, "Hi Jen, will you be visiting Making Tracks 200 in Chester this year?" Possibly.
I'd like to.
And DJ K666, yes, I remember them finding a load of old cross-ply tyres. I think they actually filled them with concrete and used them for reinforcement in embankment sides.
That's a good question. Nobody actually knows because I don't think they've actually said what time it is tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Let me see if I've had an
Oh,
email.
it's
about that.
We'll have a double check.
I'll
But
just-
actually, we were just having to think about it. So you think it might be TT120?
I think it's TT120 because they said there's 2 more to go. I've had no email. My rep is on holiday, but
See, I
nothing,
think
so-
if it's TT120, are we going to be looking at an all new? That's Clive the Cuckoo Clock, by the way. If you're hearing a cuckoo,
I think they're going to staple 3 Gronks together to create the Mega Gronk.
I don't think they are. So if it's TT120, do you think it'll be an all new tooled item, or do you think it'll be a relivery?
I would hope so.
I'm thinking
Interesting.
that-
It's not actually on their own Facebook page that there is an announcement tomorrow. There's no
It might not
information.
be an announcement, it might just be a rumour.
There's nothing unless it's gone through. Oh, there we go. 3 hours ago, I found it now. It doesn't actually say. It just says
Facebook is
tomorrow.
very good at hiding things
Oh.
from you.
Facebook hides all the important stuff
Yeah, and it goes.
and shows you junk. I
Yeah.
don't want new Windows.
Yeah, it's like, I am not interested in some slag from reality TV trying to sell me crap.
Okay.
Well, speaking
Tell
of
us how you really feel, Jen.
speaking of TT, shall we do our announcement? Should we?
Our
let,
announcement?
Well, my announcement. Should we let the nice people
Actually,
know?
yeah, that's
Let's
a good,
announce the announcement.
that's a good segue. So, for all of you out there who are interested in TT120, and Richard Knowles says, hopefully it's TT120, this is the Hornby announcement. Well, we've got a bit of TT120 news for you, so take it away.
First off, we've had some TT120 second hand come into the shop, which is now available for sale. People will have to come in the shop. I haven't got it on the website yet, but that's coming.
But if they
Right.
do come in the shop, then they can either use their existing Monday Club
Yes, they
badge,
can.
or
Get another one.
they can buy one in the shop from you.
Yes.
You've got 2 different colours available.
And they can also watch it be tested on the TT layout that's in the shop as well. So that's
And they could also buy a Monday Club
You
wagon.
cannot
Oh, yes.
start the discount, guys. Just bear that
Yes.
in mind.
Oh, yeah.
Please don't get angry with Andy when it says you can't
For
stop
the people who
discount.
rock up with 3 Monday Club badges, they only count once.
Yeah.
What if I bring in 11?
I tried this actually going up to TMC with a bag of about 200, and apparently no, they weren't going to pay me to take the stuff away. But they are.
Well, those of you who modelled TT120, as you know, we've done a limited edition wagon in 00, the van, which is available. Not many left. We've also announced the Rapido 009 limited edition wagon, which will be available
And that's
later
the
this year.
NCB
That's
one.
the NCB one, which we announced at the shop's birthday.
Yeah.
We will be we're going to announce today. It's not due till next year, but we are going to be doing a TT120 wagon.
And this
By
will be
Pico.
Pico.
So
I've already got my name down for
you
one.
have, well, yes.
And
we've
so-
with a few of
Has the
people
design
been
been
interested.
finalised on this?
I'm waiting for them to send me a couple of ideas. I've told them what I would like. They're going to come back to me, and then we will approve it. So it'll be number 3. The running number will be 3 because it's the third one.
Yeah.
And it'll say NCB on it and Lee, and it's going to be a TT 120 Pico. I think it's a 7-plank wagon.
I don't even model TT yet, and I've all.
Oh, of course, yeah, we're all
Yes.
getting one. So come on, hang with the cool kids, get yourself one ordered. And at what point will they go live for ordering? Is that presumably when you sign
Well,
up?
as soon as I've got the image, I will put it up on the website, and then people will be able to pre-order it because I don't even know what the price is yet. And then, all being well, it will arrive next year and will be available from round about May.
Excellent. So Martin Vega says, Zoe, I sent you over the head gaming headset with LED lights. Be here tomorrow.
Oh, you didn't
Oh,
have
lovely.
to,
Oh,
man.
thank you so much for your generosity. That is
Thank you
really
so
kind
much.
of you.
We
So
really
the
didn't
Covered
have to,
Monkey
man.
it will look forward to that, definitely. But if Hornby are
Yes, yes, Raymond Legs. It's in NCB, National Cold Board Delivery.
yeah, the NCB had quite an eclectic collection of stuff. So never say never with the NCB. They had so many internal user stuff and things that they would kind of hack together.
It's in
on
the same
site.
colour as the others we've done, so it's like the red oxide. So the van was in red oxide, the NCB 009 is the same. We're just carrying on with the theme of the red oxide, but we're going to do one. And for you N-Gauge modelers, there will be an N-Gauge one at some point in the future.
So watch this space. And you know, if Hornby are doing a TT120 announcement, my thoughts are actually, I'm always quite conservative, but my thoughts are that it might be, because we're expecting the Terrier, they might do a website exclusive livery version of the Terrier in TT120,
Yeah.
like they did in 00. So I don't think they've actually announced a production run of the Isle of Wight Central Red one.
No, that's a
But
possibility.
I've got a sneaky feeling that will become a website exclusive for them, and that
Yes.
could be
It
the
might be
announcement.
tomorrow's announcement. Could very well be. If it is
But-
not TT, it could be a web something to celebrate, like I said, Rail 200.
Rail
exclusive through the
200.
club, possible.
And I actually think that J52, we're starting to see these feed through. The LNER liveried version is the first to hit the shops. If you've ordered just the LNER one from Hornby, then my guess is you've probably received it by now because they've started shipping those out.
Weighs a ton as well, doesn't it?
It's very heavy. Did you
Yeah.
actually feel the weight on it?
It's a heavy model.
It's
Die-cast everywhere.
Yeah, I think they've filled the boiler with depleted uranium, but it's got factory fitted speaker, so you don't have to worry about where you put your speaker if you go down the sound route. It's 21 pin equipped, and it will take the HM7000 decoder in the 21 pin format, and they've even designed in space for you to put in one of the power banks as well.
I'm surprised they never made it next 18, not 20. It seems weird to make it 21 pin when there's no 21 pin HM7000.
Yeah, but I mean,
the next 18
it
one
will
is
have
still
been
around.
it will have been in development for several years. I think that maybe the sale that they did was maybe a little bit too
Yes.
exuberant.
They
But
didn't
the-
last long when we got them in. Well, you had several.
yeah. But
There's a lot of retailers that sadly couldn't fulfil the orders. Was that popular? They couldn't
Yes,
fulfil
yeah.
the orders they received.
I
It
tried
was,
to order some more and was told no.
yeah, so they basically sold out of the. I think the 21 pin sold out. I think
which
the-
I suppose does go to show their popularity.
But they're about 30 quid, I think. Or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for a sound decoder, it's like you're like you can't be robbed at that. Knockers Lane asks, anyone seen my dead rail locos that Les Cliff runs on the Dave Clark Lane? I have actually. Yes, I've seen those.
Sorry, the HM set on the offer that they did. That made them cheaper than the TTS decoders, which were supposed to be the cheapest sound decoders in the world,
But
weren't
they,
they?
yeah, because
And then they made them cheaper than that.
they discontinued the TTF.
Yes.
Though. That they're no more. Basically, HM7000 is kind of a replacement
Yeah.
for those. But at the price point, you can't go wrong on them. I've got about 35 of them, something like that. And actually, I find them great. I do love their versatility and their ease of use. Richard Gruter says, "Can't believe that the house of the man who invented the toothbrush has no." Oh, for God's sake! Peter Joyce says, "Hi all, I take my youngest to cricket 6 till 7, so I'm not late, just can't multitask." Gandalf, what do you think about that?
A Monday clubber is never late, Total Wagons, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Gandalf. So, what we're going to do now, let's go back to...
Are we going to show Craig doing any painting?
Well, we haven't got a camera.
We know that.
I don't know. If we
could just turn.
Whoa! Something happened.
Yeah,
turn the
it's
screen off.
touch screen.
Yeah, there we
I
go.
could just turn the camera so we can
No.
Yeah.
No. Everything's under control. Hello, Craig.
Hello.
So we've got Craig, and I'm just going to move the camera down so we can actually see what he's doing.
Making a mess.
Yes.
Hey,
Making a horrible mess.
making a smelly bum.
So there we go. We've got Craig in here doing some live figure painting. These are from the Buggles Skelly Station range. Or...
No, they've got one. They're all from Model U.
Uh-huh.
Model U are, in my opinion, the finest
Ah,
3D printed figures you can get, and you can get them from a number of retailers. Model U Direct, and of course, Sawyer.
so you're painting Tom Marshall,
And
but he's in the Model U range.
and Richard Watson.
Ah, yes, New Junction. Have we had New Junction in?
New
Or-
Junction.
And
New Junction. New Junction. Not a
Hashtag
cult.
Not a cult for legal and tax purposes.
And Chris from Model U hasn't appeared either.
Yes.
Chris will be busy doing.
No,
He'll-
hang on, here we go. New Junction.
Hello,
Andy,
New
question for me.
Junction. Ask a retailer. I've got a question for Andy. What's it like having so many new releases from so many manufacturers? In your opinion, great for business or too much to handle? That is actually a good question.
Yeah, it's good and it's bad. It's good because there's lots of nice new shiny things coming in, train goodness, train porn as you call it. However, it's not always good because people can't afford to have everything at the same time.
Yeah.
There isn't as much disposable income around. So somebody might come in and go, "Oh, I'll have an Acura Scale Class 50, but I also want the Hornby J52.
Yeah.
But you have to pick which one you want. And you might come back next month and find that everywhere's sold out.
But
A
on the
lot
other
of
hand,
people don't like finance either, do they?
yeah.
They want to pay for it. They don't
But on
Yeah,
the other hand,
yeah.
if they're selling out, surely that's good for the retailer.
Yes, but it also can be bad for the customer because the poor customer misses out. So the demand is there. It's the double-edged sword thing, isn't it?
Missing out is a big issue.
Yes,
yeah.
it's the fear of missing out, and then some people will put themselves into debt because they want to buy both, which is not a
Yeah.
good thing to do. And yeah,
Yeah,
so
never put yourself into debt for your hobby.
yeah.
Your hobby's there to stop you worrying. Not
I like
to
it
cause
when, say, like a DCC ready version of Model will arrive, say, in April. The sound version arrives in May, and the Super Deluxe version arrives in June. Because then everybody knows which month it's coming in,
Yeah.
and you're not trying to buy 3 or 4 all at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the things actually Hornby are doing with this J52 is it seems that they're staggering the releases rather than all three coming
Yeah.
out at exactly
Yeah.
the same time.
I've actually been asking them to do that for ages. Don't have all your 66s turn up in one go.
Yeah.
Do them over 2 or 3 months. It's also better for their cash flow because they're getting money in each month rather than
Yeah.
all in one go, and then it's a dry period for 6
Yeah,
months.
so it's not
say to
feast
the
and
manufacturer.
famine.
Yeah, so like Cura Scales, 50s turn up, they could have done some 1 month, some the next, some the month after, and they'd have had 3 months of money coming in rather than all in one go, for example.
But I suppose from their point of view, they've got to pay
Well, they
the
wanna get-
factory
yeah, well, yeah, I
for
understand
them.
that.
So they've already paid for them. And if they know they've got a lot of pre-orders,
Yeah.
it's from their point of view, it's money in the bank. But I think you're right from the person buying this point of view, and that's retailers as well. They've got to pay
Yeah.
for this stuff.
We might
And
be in the hobby. I still purchase things. I might have the shop, but I still buy things, and I've still got to watch what's coming through, and you've still got like bills to pay, like having the car regassed tomorrow with the air conditioning. You've got to focus on that and go, right, well, that's going to be X amount tomorrow, so that means I can't have that this month. It's disposable income is not as much as it used to be.
And are you finding that people's buying habits are changing? Are people trading down or buying less? Is there less impulse purchases?
There's a lot more second hand coming in, so people can trade in models to buy the newer ones.
So they're actually, rather than just hoarding stuff, they're taking a much more critical view of like, actually, if I trade in this, and this, I can have this new
Yes,
thing.
yeah. I don't run these 3 models, or they're not DCC compatible in this one. So I'll take them in and I'll get X amount for them, and then I'll just have to put some money towards it, or they may end up with some shop credit and or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how people are doing it now.
And is there a buoyant market for second hand?
I'd say with the amount of stuff we've got at the moment, yes, it's just loads of it. We sell a lot of it. I mean, well, you saw out of all the cabinets, one side is just second hand, which is steam, diesel, sound, whatever. Then on the floor, we've got even more rummage boxes. We've actually just had some second hand Acura scale
That's
stuff.
how I do it.
Some wagons,
that's
and
what
some
I've been doing
locos.
here.
The Cabalex ones have gone. We had a Cabalex 60 and 56. They've gone, but there's a bit of Acura scale stuff coming. And in the back at the moment, we've got an O gauge and a double O gauge collection to go through this week. So there's loads of stuff coming in.
Yeah, Raymond Legs asks, why am I hearing double speak? I think it's because 2 yappy people in the room are yapping and yapping
So
away.
we were talking about the model making and how to keep your brush right.
Yes.
I'm just saying that people can't hear at home because all they're hearing is 2 lots of people talking over each other. Yeah.
Consider yourself told off. Yes, go and write on the blackboard. I will not talk at the same
James
time.
Pett
50
says,
times.
I always buy only things that I need for my layout, which are very era strict. And you know,
That's a good way of watching
When
what's
I-
happening.
Restriction.
When
does
I-
really focus your
when I got back into railway modelling, I must admit, I thought, right, I'll do this era and this region. And what I then found was that I was not buying things that I really wanted to buy. Let me just, can I get myself up? There we go. I was actually not buying things that I really wanted to buy. I'm buying things that I thought, don't like that, but it fits my region and era. And I then just went, you know what? Poo to it. I'm going to just buy whatever I want.
Yes.
But I know a lot of people can be a lot more disciplined.
Well, I model 1995 to present day, so mine just keeps going. So I can have all the diesel and electric stuff, but you can still have preserved stuff floating around. And obviously with Oxford Diecast, I can have anything from their first range of Austin 7s and Bentleys in the 20s, because our racing car club has them on the main road, all the way up to today's present stuff. So I've sort of opened myself up to everything, because I can even put BR Blue on, because that still trundles around now. So thinking, I'll just go for Modern Image, and it's actually opened it up to the entire thing, because you can have Rocket.
Yeah, so you can basically have any steamer. So, okay, so there we...
So after trying to keep it narrow, I've ended up actually doing the whole of the railway.
I mean, but do you find that people are buying less in general?
I would say people are being more careful with the money, not necessarily buying less. They might be buying the same amount, but instead of purchasing, say, 1 loco new, they'll buy 3 second-hand locos for the same. A gentleman did that the other day. He had a budget and he ended up buying 3 second-hand locos as opposed to buying 1 new one, which is fine, but he was happy because he got 3. So he went away with
And a
3 locos as opposed to
well
1.
looked after second-hand loco. There's
You've had a few of those.
Yeah, I've had quite a few actually.
Yeah. Craig's had quite a
There's
few
one
of them.
up on Minnoth Tattoos, and funnily enough, actually, one of the things which I found tailors what you buy.
I only buy things I absolutely do not need. That's Nigel. Yeah.
Nigel Cole, join the club.
Yeah, we all do that. Oh, there's Mr. Hello, Simon.
Who?
Mr. Pitcher,
Simon
Simon.
Pitcher,
Hello,
great to see you.
Simon.
So I've always had a scattergun approach to model railways to my cost. I'm exactly the same. I mean, I'm talking about second-hand items I've had off you. I've got the Baldwin,
that's up there.
the 460 Baldwin in 009. I bought from you is currently on Minnoth Tattoos, new in the siding. I don't think it's actually shown up on the camera view.
No.
But yeah.
I buy lots of models and lots of cake and don't care. That's the right attitude.
Yeah,
Richard.
yeah.
That's definitely the way to do it.
New Junction asks, where do you see the industry going in the future, say 5 or 10 years? I'm going to add to that.
Good
I mean,
Lord.
do you think that we'll see more new manufacturers, or will we see maybe some of the manufacturers fall by the wayside?
That's an interesting one.
All the DC models will be rounded up and put into special camps.
Yeah, I've got to admit, with the increase in people going DCC, I know it's not for everybody, but DCC has opened the market up. A lot of our customers come back into hobby because they can have sound, and that's why they've come into the shop, because obviously we have sound layouts, so they can come and play them or whatever. I think the way the hobby's going, you'll probably end up seeing less analog locos and more digitally fitted with a decoder or with sound fitted. because that seems to be where we're going now. We sell more DCC ready stuff, and they want a chip fitting than we do non-DCC stuff.
So would you say that definitely people have embraced DCC to the point that DC only models, the Luddites, are very
Victorian
much
technology.
Victorians.
Yes, Victorian technology.
Have you?
Well,
can I
no.
just say on Facebook groups and internet fora, whenever somebody asks a question about DCC, without fail, one of these people are turning around. Oh, you can do everything you want on DC. Why do you want to go DCC?
I'm trying to operate an analog layout now, and I've been doing digital since it came out. I started off with Hornby's first ever digital train set, the mixed freight, and I bought the Elite, which I've still got. I mean, obviously I've got another one for the shop, but the original is still running my own layout. And it got me into it, and I loved it, and I got rid of all that. Now I went to my mate Roy, who's at AVR Club over in Keighley, and his layout is analog. And it's all banks of isolating switches, and I was totally confused. Whereas digital, you just press the button, and it's so much easier.
Valley's 56XX. It was you who bought 08419. Yeah, luckily I've already got 08402, but it's like, so they bought that. I did see it come up. But the 08419, I always get to the good stuff on Clark Railworks straight after it's been sold. So you fiend!
Yeah,
It's you.
Peter's right. DCC has its place, but DC has its place, but DCC is the future.
Yeah.
Because DCC was around in the 1980s with
Well,
01, and
it's-
everybody came, oh, it's too advanced, so they scrapped it. Then, like, the continent in America took it over, and you look how far their DC systems are compared to ours. We're 20 years behind them.
I think really what made DCC work was having a standard that everybody adhered to.
Yes.
And because the problem with 01 was it was Hornby, and it wasn't compatible with anybody else. Nobody else was seem particularly interested. So it was kind of an outlier that just too new, too ahead of its time. But for me, actually, the unique selling point was sound.
I'm not touching another.
Sound was what made me go DCC, and then I very quickly found that I found sound boring. It was
See, I'm the opposite. I bought a Bachmann Class 20 with the 3.5 in it and loved it. And when it was running in Dad's conservatory, you could hear it down the bottom end of the garden. The garden wasn't particularly small. And ever since then, every loco doesn't run on my laptop. There's a sound chip fitted in.
See, I everything I do is DCC, but I can take or leave the sound. I mean, I've sung the praises of HM7000.
Yeah.
But for me, actually, with that, it's actually the user interface is the USP for me on HM7000, which is why I'm kind of looking forward to the Bluetooth only ones. They're not sound decoders, but they're
The
chips
6-pin,
that you can use on Bluetooth to control your trains. And I actually, for me, it's the simplicity of the wiring. Now, it's a little bit of a myth. It's just two wires on DCC. No. But it is definitely a lot more simple.
My layout's too wide.
Yeah, but with something like Weir Yard, there's a lot more than just two wires.
My engage
But there's a lot
They're
less.
not connected to
Yeah.
anything.
Can I just say, but there's a lot less wiring than there would be if it was DC. And you have the
Yes.
freedom that any locomotive can go anywhere without needing
Yeah.
complex wiring.
See, my layout's
to do that.
14 foot by 12. It has two wires that go into the track, and then I use point clips to send the electricity all around. And it runs 7 or 8 locos at once with sound on the Hornby Elite with a 4-amp transformer. And it's fine. And it's 14 by 12, and it goes round on itself because it's a figure of 8.
That's it. And
And it is literally just two wires, isn't it? It's a brown and a grey, because I can see.
well, I suppose, like logically, from the booster there are only two wires, but then it sort of spreads out and lots of wires go everywhere. But there's a lot. There's no isolating sections.
Yeah.
There's no like rotary switches to change between tracks for different trains. So effectively on DCC, you're just wiring the layout as if it's for one DC train.
I've got a question.
You can have multiple trains on there that can go anywhere. What's your question?
Can you use the track itself as the main circuit loop and then drop wires off as and when needed?
Yes.
Yes and no.
Yeah?
Yes, you can. It will work, but you can end up with like echoes, which can cause issues with DCC signals getting corrupted.
Right, so it's not recommended.
It's not recommended, but certainly on a small scale works just fine. When you scale it up, you can introduce issues. They're not kind of like game over issues, but you end up with like locomotives might suddenly shoot off and do their own thing because they're mishearing the commands on the bus.
So
Because you're getting effectively like echoes through the buses.
it's probably not worth getting used to doing that if you think you're going to make a big layout.
Yes, James Petts, you summed it up perfectly with don't route a data bus in a loop for complex physics-based reasons.
Yes.
See,
Fair
I
enough.
don't agree with that.
What?
Track joints are not reliable unless soldered. No. If you only fasten them together once, like I drew my layout on the computer, so I knew what we're doing. Put it down together and never took them apart. Those fish plates will stay exactly the same tightness because I've only used them once. It's when you are constantly taking them apart and putting them back together.
Yeah.
That's when you
Yeah,
try and
'cause
put
they
it down
kind
in
of
one go
loosen
and
up.
don't touch it again.
But one of the issues is if you solder all your fish plates up, you've got no expansion and contraction,
Right.
and you get exactly the same issue as the full-size trains do. We've seen. I think the Romney Hythe and Dunchurch Railway shared a photograph of buckled track in the
I
heat.
remember that.
That will happen on your model railway as well if you don't have the means for the rails to expand and contract.
There's a photo on Facebook today of a track and it's doing this, and then suddenly it does this in the middle of it because it's got nowhere for it. So the whole track's
Yeah.
got a wibble in it.
Yeah, and the problem is that. Are you all right?
Yeah, so I was going to try and get to there, but I'm not nimble enough to get to there without smashing something up.
But the
Sit on me,
problem,
that.
the problem with your model railway is there's actually less give in the track
Yes.
because your ballast isn't loose. It's not like on a real railway where the ballast has give in it. On your model railway, what will happen is it will ping off the sleepers. It'll literally break the plastic, and it
comes out of all
will.
the chairs and
Yeah,
everything.
it'll
it's not
just
good.
unzip all your
Then
track.
it's an expensive trick,
Yeah, because
especially if points go.
yeah, and especially if you then got to dig out the ballast.
Yeah.
Make
Make sure you use internal PVA, not external PVA.
But I use droppers from
Yes,
various
they do work.
wires, and yeah, you can solder some rail joints up. So certainly around points, sometimes I will solder some of the rail joints because it just makes your life easier.
This little discussion on DC, it's split the chat a bit. Some are for it, some against it. People are offering their useful tips about DCC and stuff. It's interesting.
Well, that's what I love about this show.
Yes.
We're not one big hive
Yeah,
mind that all
yeah.
thinks the same thing.
Scott Wood says best thing is surely that DCC you drive the trains, while DC you control only the track. I think that's a
very
fair
true,
way
yeah.
of putting
Yeah,
it.
that's how we explain it to customers when they come in. What's the difference between digital and analog? You tell them one you drive the track, one you drive the train, and they go, "Oh right," and then you show them using the various different layouts in the shop, and they're going, "Oh, I prefer the DCC because it's like driving the real thing because you've got a brake and they like that."
Yeah, and you can honk the horn and you can
Yes.
do the light. And I quite like some of the extra lighting functions that come. Can I just say, actually, on the J52 from Hornby, one of the things that I like that they've done with the profile is that the firebox flicker finally is not just permanently wired to the track. Hornby, thank you for listening to my moaning every time you've released a model. Because the firebox will not be flickering all the time because you shut the doors, don't you? And they finally wired that into one of the auxiliary functions on the decoder.
James,
But-
yes, you should leave a little gap.
Absolutely, yeah.
Just a little gap. Doesn't need to be too big.
Unless you lay your track on the hottest day of the year, then you're probably okay.
And
But-
don't ballast in the winter like I did because it took forever to dry because it was so cold.
Or use a dehumidifier or something. But they've also, in the profile, the firebox flickering effect works automatically and is tied in with the sound of the coal shoveling, and it times out. So if you do the coal shoveling thing, your firebox flicker comes on and flickers without you having to actually set anything up, and it'll shovel away. And then after a preset time, your firebox flicker turns itself off as the shoveling stops. And I thought that
And you
that
get the
was
sound of the smoke box closing and everything as well, which
Yeah,
I think is brilliant.
and I thought that that was just a really great touch. And it just shows that the manufacturers do listen to feedback. Because there's been so many Hornby locos with a blooming firebox that just flickery all the time. And it's like, no.
What I like about the narrow gauge, that back move done when you've got the sound on, the firebox changes. So as you start the loco, the firebox flicker changes if you get the chuff.
Oh, right.
So on Linda and Blanche, you've got red and yellow and orange all at the same time, and then as it starts to settle itself down, it stays as one colour. is you get the air being sucked through. It changes the colour.
Because the
Very clever.
firebox flicker is actually 2 different auxiliary functions.
Let's see if I can get this on camera.
So,
here we go.
who is this?
This is Tom Marsh over at Bugger Skeleton. I don't know if the camera's going to zoom in on that. It's just probably like a tiny blurry map.
That's it.
It's
Put
not
it
very
right where the
focused.
chat is.
Just pull it back a little bit.
I can't see it.
Away from...
Yeah, but I'm trying to reverse that. It's in reverse. See?
Yeah,
There you go.
there
You
you go.
can't really see it much on there because it's not focusing, but it's just a tiny.
So is he in the
Right,
main range, or did you have to order him?
No,
first?
that's
No,
right.
you can buy Tom off the
And
internet.
we've also
Yeah.
got Richard Watson from New Junction there.
And you
So-
can buy Richard off the
Are
internet.
you giving him a pink shirt there? That's
No, it's not pink, it's salmon.
salmon.
It's not the same colour as Richard's New Junction top that he usually wears.
It can't, no, I don't
No.
think it's white, isn't it?
Oh, look at it. What New Junction?
What's that
It
say?
says quick fire for fun. Snog, marry, avoid. Hornby, Backman, or a Curascale.
I'm not answering that one.
I'll answer it. Right, okay, what are the chances?
Right, so Snog,
Snog,
marry,
marry, and
avoid. Your choices are Hornby, Backman, or a
So
Curascale.
out of those three, who would you?
Marry Batman for the financial stability.
Okay.
Yeah.
Snog a Cura scale for a quick thrill, flash in the pan,
Yeah.
and avoid Hornby.
Oh!
Just because of reasons, basically.
Oh, that's.
Reasons. Yeah, okay then.
I'm gonna plead.
Why are you
fifth.
fired? Reasons.
Reasons.
Now, if you'd have chosen different options, that might have made it a bit easier. Don't forget to hit that like button. Consider sharing us to social media. And if you haven't already done so, then do subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. You know the drill.
I shall have to stock New Junction and Tom in the shop
Yeah, you need
because I
to.
haven't ordered them yet. I need to
You
get
need
all three
New
of them again.
Junction. New Junction. He's one of the big movers
would
and
you-
shakers.
Would you be
Yeah.
happy to
Well,
have
no,
that quality in the shop and the thing?
Interesting, James. Avoid a Curascale, marry Backman, Snog Hornby. Interesting.
And I think everybody would have different answers.
Night Valley's 56. Oh,
Good.
sorry. I'd go to bed with all. Sorry, I'm sorry. These glasses are not very good. I thought it said I'm off to bed with all of them. Sorry. Yeah, no, I'd go to bed
Simon
with all of them.
Pitcher says marry a Curascale due to the lifetime warranty. And Richard Gruter says avoid a Curascale so I can
Fucking
afford
eat
to eat again.
Yeah,
So-
Jeffrey's right. Hornby are not perfect, but I think they get more criticism than is warranted.
Yeah,
that is true.
Absolutely
Yeah.
do.
And
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what Hornby do, they get moaned at.
They
They
always
could give
do
you a
moan.
loco away for free, and people would still moan that.
It's
Why
the
is
wrong
it free?
loco.
Oh,
Yeah.
why is it free? It must be
Yeah.
rubbish.
Oh,
You know.
it's the wrong colour. Oh
Yeah.
well, you should have given me something else free,
When
wouldn't
you're
you?
as big as Hornby are, and you've been around for as long as they have, and you've been doing this model railway thing for as
Yeah.
long as they have, you're always gonna attract flack.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
a lot of it is unfair. I think it's almost like it's cool to knock Hornby.
Yeah.
And actually, there's some great models come through. The Black 5 was a lovely model.
Yeah.
The J52 is also a lovely model. But then, looking at other stuff, the A4 is always great having an A4. And, they've always made sure that the Hornby A4 is always bang up to date. When technology moves on, they don't rest on their laurels. It's a flagship model, and you always know that the new Hornby A4 is going to be worth every penny. And same can be said for the Princess Coronation, another
And
flagship
Flying Scotsman.
model. Well,
This is why when we
Stop.
went to Demu, it was great. There was no mention of Thomas, and there was no mention of the Flying Scotsman for the whole weekend. It was absolute heaven.
Thomas and Flying Scotsman.
and yet, New Junction, absolutely none of us would be here without Hornby.
Absolutely.
Let's
This is
go.
what
Yeah,
I've said for years. The average person on the street does not know what these
Yeah.
manufacturers are, but every single one of them's heard of Hornby. and
Same with
Big
Airfix,
Prince.
same with Scale Electric, same with Humber.
Spot on,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's when you learn about Pico, and obviously you then
In
learn about
fact, if I
slot
may,
cars.
if
and
I
all
may
that,
be rude, if you said to somebody slot cars, they'd go, what?
Yeah.
If you said scale electrics, they'd go, oh yeah.
Well, it's like jacuzzi, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And vacuum.
Hoover.
Hoover, yeah.
It's a vacuum. It's
and
the brand.
Tannoy.
Yeah, it's the brand you
Yeah,
associate.
Tannoy's a brand name. They're actually a loudspeaker.
Well, Coke is now a Coca-Cola, or Coke is now a generic term for a cola.
Well,
Yeah.
Coke is that's why they're so militant over protecting the Coca-Cola branding, because Coke has passed into common parlance.
Yeah.
I know we were just saying about Hornby. I know this is people are going to shout, but on my layout, I've got Dapol, Bachmann, and I've got Hornby diesels mainly. And out of all of them, my favourite model on there are my Hornby Class 60s. They never fail. They are super smooth. They are absolutely silent. Apart from going over the level crossing, I wouldn't know where they were. They've all got ESU sound decoders in them because I've retrofitted all them in. The lights work. Yes, I know we've got the Acura Scale 1 due and the Caval X ones out, but nothing's going to take me away from my Hornby ones because I absolutely love them.
See, for me, I mean, there are some really standout Hornby models. For me, the Princess Coronation, the A4, but then also the W4 Packet is a lovely model.
Oh, that's a stunning model.
Absolutely lovely model.
I love that. I wish they'd make more of the
and
the six-wheel one.
The Hornby 08 as well. I have to say that was definitely head and shoulders above the competition. And don't get me wrong, the Bachmann one was very good. And I think even now that the new tooled Bachmann one is going to be coming in the next month.
Summer in July, summer in August, summer in September. So they're staggering them out as well, which is lovely. I've got the DB Cargo one and all of that.
And actually,
I'm looking forward to that.
It's interesting to point out. I think some of those are now low stock warnings.
Some of them actually sold out of Bachmann already, and you can't get them anymore. So
were you able?
Oh yes. Well, I'll put your order in.
Were you able to order the one I asked for?
The green one. It's gone through.
Is the precious safe
yes.
in my life?
Well, Ron's come back from his holiday today and he's not said anything, so I assume that it sits up.
Good. You should say to him, it's for Jenny Kirk.
I put that down as the reference. You have to write a reference in.
Right.
When customers request stuff, I always put their name down as the reference point.
It's for Jenny Kirk. Don't mess her about, or she'll complain about a lack of sprung buckles. Or something.
The Hornby thing about 60s, look, I've got more Hornby than anything else. I've got 31. There you go, Richard Knowles. I've got more Hornby 31s. They are indeed smooth runners. Sorry, Class 91, fantastic model. I've got two 91s. I've got for the full, and we will remember them. Both sound fitted. They've got a top and tail. The Royal Trainer thing is what.
Well, I mean, it's like
they're lovely models.
We've had the new releases from both the Acura Scale and from.
Thanks, Simon.
Thank you,
Thanks, Simon.
Oh, thank you so much, Simon Pitcher. Very kindly given us £19.99 on the super chat. Thank you so much for your generosity. This is a great show tonight. For the cakes. Actually, we've got loads of biscuits in the other room.
Yes, and crisps, and we've got chocolate fudge cake and chocolate eclair.
Are we going to be having a feast?
Yeah, we are.
We're going. But Laura says being the most recognised name doesn't necessarily mean they're the best quality. I mean, the problem with Hornby is that they've been on the go so long. There are items that they have that are getting long in the tooth. But what do you do about that? You can't just arbitrarily say, we'll junk it. You can't, as a business, do that.
Well, it's also on the personal level as well. It's like Andy said with his Hornby Class 60, wasn't it? Yes, the Caval X version and the Acura Scale versions are arguably going to be more advanced toolings and quote-unquote better models. However, he spent time, effort, making his Hornby Class 60 his own. He's not just going to throw that. He's not going to throw that away.
Well, that was the Hornby 60 was back 2006.
Probably not.
So the technology back then. Sorry.
So, I was saying, Xantec, probably no videos tonight because we're still.
Down here in the conservatory,
we're down in the conservatory, but also we're having a good natter about that stuff. But
there's some good debate going on in the chat, which is
so. From my point of view, things like we've had the new Bachmann and the new Acura Scale Class 31s. But I still use and like my Hornby 31. I've got one of the ones, it had the spinny fans and the opening doors. And actually, it's not a bad model. Tom Marshall, Google Skelly Station said, sorry, I had to cook dinner. Has Craig touched me up yet? Yeah, he's full.
Show us.
He's touched you up and filled you in. Nick Garolimo says, my A4 is broken and needs repair, but they say they won't look at it until autumn due to moving things. Advised I contact third-party repair company shop instead. Unfortunately, at the moment, they're moving their spares department. I've had a lot of trouble with this. What I would say is...
It reopens in 2 weeks.
Peter's Spares, I ended up getting spare parts through. And actually, they were really good. It tells you instantly if they've got it in stock. If it's not in stock at the moment, they cannot get it into stock because I think it's another few months before Hornby will start fulfilling spares orders. But if they've got it in stock, you can get the parts you need and either do the job yourself or find a shop that will take it on.
We do repairs.
So Sawyer models, if you
Rob
get
does
it,
repairs.
if you get it Sawyer models,
there we go. That's more accurate.
But I will warn
Rob
you.
does all the repairs. Yeah.
What I will warn you is if Peter's Spares doesn't have it listed in stock, then you're not going to be able to get the spare part until probably when Hornby are going to start doing repairs again, which is a shame.
Well, the new distribution centre is now in the Midlands, which is where the spares department is going to be. So the office is still down in Margate, but the warehouse for distributing of all the models and where your locos will go for repair, etc., is in the Midlands, somewhere in the Midlands, which is going to be better for the whole country because it'd be quicker to get things out. But they've said the move is supposed to happen until the 1st of July, which is next week, and then normal service should resume. So in July, everything should get back to normal again. We've noticed slight distribution issues with our parcels. I mean, we should have had something Tuesday last week. It turned up on Friday because the move of everything is just, it's catching up. You've got everybody trying to dispatch stuff while moving at the same time, but they are getting back on it, and everything should be back to normal next month.
Yeah, and I mean, it's like the new Class 08 from Bachmann promises to be all bells and whistles. Yeah. I've got 2 on order, but they're not replacing models I already have.
Absolutely not.
I've got quite a few of the Hornby 08s, and I've got an awful lot of the Bachmann ones. And I'll tell you now, I will still pick up both of those second hand. Somebody was saying that they swooped in and pinched the one from Clark Railworks that I wanted. 08419 in rail, but I think it's the factory.
You have to be quicker next time.
I know some people must sit there hitting refresh. Oh, there it is. Buy it.
This is probably where people who work nights get the advantage because if it's quiet, whatever they're doing, they can sit there and. Yeah, no, you can't use your phone at night. Tell me what.
But they only get updated during the day, so you have to at some point between sort of 9 in the morning and 6 in the early evening, is when it will get updated, but nobody quite knows when. And the people always pit me to it. I missed out on a few 08s and really upset. Can I just say 08419? I really wanted that model.
We'll get you one. Don't worry.
Yeah, we'll keep on tracking it down. But
you not just get normal and renumber it.
No. We keep an eye out because you get stuff in second.
Yeah. Who knows what's in those collections that are in the back here?
Yeah. Aaronville says, I do have an 009 Bachmann Baldwin. I do love the Bachmann Baldwins. Just need a small HM7000 chip.
Is that one you've got there, Jenny?
That's the black one. Yeah.
The black
That's
one.
That's really nice. I was shunting with it earlier, despite Jenny telling me not to shunt with it. I did. It was really, it's a lovely little model. It runs superbly well.
Yeah, well, that's got a stay alive fitted to it. They actually come with a factory fitted speaker. It's theoretically you can get HM7000 in there if you're prepared to do a bit of carving and hardwire.
But the new next 18 chip's going to be smaller, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, 3B Rail, very generously donating £10 on the super chat. Oh, you guys! Says evening, Jenny, Zoe, Craig, and Andy. Many thanks for a great stream tonight. Oh, you guys, thank you. That is incredibly generous of you.
It really is.
And Raymond Legg says, "Gronk it up, gronk it up, gronk it up, gronk it up." Hashtag not a cult for legal and tax purposes.
Your mileage may vary. Consult your position.
Paul Grant says, I have 08419, Jenny. Ooh.
Look, they're all bragging now.
Yeah, they're like, come get your shiny, 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 shiny.
Jen?
Yes?
There's been a statement in the chat. Someone says they're going to be dead railing some of their locos. What does that mean?
Right. For anybody who's wondering about references to dead rail, that's basically where your train is powered by remote control and a battery. So it's not taking its power from the track. Instead, it has an onboard power source, and you use something like basically remote control. So it's not affected by dirty track.
Very popular in O-Gauge.
Remote control cars,
railways.
Yes.
Remote control cars.
Yeah.
And can I just say as well that having given that I've got an O-Gauge garden railway that I actually run on DCC, keeping the track clean is a pain.
Mm-hmm.
So I can well imagine how useful dead rail would be on
especially for O-Gauge, because you've got the room inside the locals, haven't you?
Yeah.
Tom Marshall, Buggle Skelly Station says, thanks for the pink. Yeah, that as well. Says, thanks for the pink trousers, Craig. You know me so well.
It's not pink. It's salmon.
Salmon.
Same thing.
Isn't it? There was
slightly different shades.
What colour is salmon?
Can I just say?
Salmon.
Pink.
When I was at school, they always used to say it was a daring teacher who wore salmon pink shirts.
Yeah.
I mean,
Either that
the
or a
dirt on the
teacher
t-shirt.
whose wife had accidentally put red socks in the whitewash.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like that. He's done a really good job painting them.
Richard
yeah.
Brutus says, I use HM7000 on dead rail, but don't tell anyone. Now, interesting enough, so do you feed the power through the Stay Alive socket, or do you do it through the actual pin connections?
Hey, I missed that. What was that? Sorry.
Richard Brutus uses a HM7000 on dead rail, but says don't tell anybody. And what I'm
I think
asking,
he just did.
Michael Portillo.
dead rail fits in OO scale easy and N-gauge, says Knockers Lane. Yeah, no doubt it does, but you know, I'm. Has the train stopped going round?
Yes, it has.
Is it just skidding?
Oh, sorry.
It's
I thought
probably
that was rain.
it's probably just dirty track, and it's started to skiddy.
Oh,
It's going again.
What I would suggest, take the very last item of rolling stock
It's
off.
that van, Jan.
Yeah, it's got. I think I need to.
I want to take 2 of these off. There you go.
There you go. It'd probably be all right with just one. Right. I have some pastel green shorts, says Raymond Legs. They match nothing. That's like that. That's a very blokey thing, isn't it? It's like it's like socks and sandals.
Yes. Yes. Oh, yes. That.
Why didn't you fill Macquarie with stuff?
you
That's
can
been
see
a
what he's doing.
heavy
can't you?
derailment.
Moving on, explosion.
But no, I really love 009, I must admit. But actually, we were talking before about how your choice of layout can actually work quite well in stopping you from buying stuff willy-nilly.
Absolutely.
So, for example, Minith Tatus Newith, I can't run coaches on it because they simply won't fit through the tunnels.
But that's
So-
more your fault, isn't it? For not,
well, I'm using the Bachmann narrow gauge tunnel mouths. It's
I
limited
don't know if they're
clearance.
designed for curves. I think they might be better off on straight.
I think they are designed for straights, but this layout is all.
Jen
curved.
has assured us you can fit a piece of paper between them.
It was cigarette paper, Jen said. It
Oh, is that even
Can I just say, it shows my age. That always used to be like, oh, you can barely fit a cigarette paper.
Yes, you can fit toilet paper between the top of the
No.
train and the top of.
Can I
the
just
bottom
say,
of the
cigarette
arch.
paper is thinner because toilet
However-
paper's a bit fluffy.
Only single ply.
Oh, you don't want single. I mean, what's
Look
the
at
point of
you,
single
lad,
ply?
lad, multiple
Yeah,
ply.
Three ply. You want a nice gentle wipe.
Yeah, can I just say, motorway. The only people who use single ply, motorway service stations and schools.
Yeah,
You
no,
just
that's
back
not
in the
single
village.
ply. That's sandpaper
Yeah,
they use there.
do you remember Izal? So
So grease paper that smears it around.
yeah,
Oh, let's
Absolutely
not go
right.
down. I'm sorry,
Oh.
I mentioned it now.
medicated for your pleasure. We used to use that for tracing paper when they ran out of real tracing paper. Will you stop it?
It's time
That
to-
was Iron Horses starting to go parpity
Am
parp.
I the only person tonight who's not actually farting? Because you three are popping away.
I know.
I have not. I'll have you know.
You did one before.
I did not.
Before we went live.
I think you'll find my bottle of farts for me.
JL Railway says, Andy, Mum's Acura Scale 66 runs for 5 minutes, then stops. And the bit of the chassis where the motor is gets warm. Can I bring it up to you to have a good look? It's got an Acura Scale lifetime warranty.
I was going to say, we don't stock a Curascale. We can have a look if you want, but my advice would be to talk to a Curascale or
New
wherever
Junction.
wherever you got it from. 'Cause you,
Yeah, New Junction is in the chat.
Yeah.
So, New Junction, if you're there, may be able to advise what they need to do with that. Laura says supermodels at fashion shows are the only thing thinner than Whistler paper. Yeah. Oh my word! If they turn sideways, they disappear.
there you go. I remember Bronco Loop and it like sandpaper. Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah. The more ply, the nicer it feels.
because like single ply, the motorway service station, you might as well just scoop with your
It's like
finger.
wiping your
Stop
ass with a
it!
wiping your ass with a duvet. Is that what you're trying to
Please
tell me?
stop. Please stop.
I think we're grossing out the covered monkey.
We should keep going then. Yeah.
New Junction says, JL, get in touch directly with a Curascale. So there you are.
Yeah.
That's
The
the
last
best
thing-
bet.
The last thing you want to be doing is fiddling around and validating your warranty.
Yeah, and that's it. It's got a lifetime warranty, so you might as well make use of it. Valley's 56XX says, all that DCC chat had reminded me to pre-order a lock pilot for my tug when it arrives.
Good lad.
Ooh.
There you go.
There you are.
I've never really used the lock pilot. I've used the lock sound, but when it comes to regular decoders, I tend to use AE, DCC Concepts,
I would-
Train-O-Matic, and a little bit of Z-Mail.
I would
found
agree
is
with you.
quite
For the
nice.
sound decoders, I can see the point because they've got a lot more functions to tweak and things. But for a silent DC locomotive, you've got lighting functions and then remote control, and that's really it.
Yeah.
Joe Cole says, I'm enjoying my meal with all the loo paper talk.
Excellent.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
yeah. Oh, Dave Scott Railway says War Department was slidey as well with this WD on every sheet. It's like those napkins you get at welcome break services. You spill the tea and end up chasing it around the table.
Are
It's
they
like
called welcome break because the toilet paper breaks?
Please stop. Please.
Worthington Model Railway says I had to return an ESU decoder to a Curoscale, cost me $69 to mail it back.
Wow.
But if it is under warranty, can I just point out that you should get your postage back?
That's a
You
lot
might
of
have to
postage.
ask for it.
If it's overseas, the rules might be different.
Yeah.
But it depends. Did you buy it mail order?
That stopped.
What
Oh, no, it's
stuff?
come back again.
No,
Yeah,
The track is very dirty, Joe.
Dirty track. Dirty.
Knockers Lane says Balloon Army is far superior. Only needs 7.4 volts. Far better than HM7000.
Balloon Army's not bad.
Yeah, I've done stuff
You've
on.
done a review
yeah,
of the
yeah.
comparison between them.
It's just a lot harder to get hold of in the UK.
That
There
is
aren't
true.
really any-
That's its main downfall. Is you just can't get it as easily as
Yeah. Also, can I just say as well, in terms of sound profiles, very limited on UK prototypes. Oh,
That said,
Hiccups.
if you invest in ESU and get yourself a lot programmer, they have a range of free sound projects which you can download off their website, flash to a blank ESU sound decoder, and if it's one of their hi-fi sound profiles, you can open it and edit it for your own personal use. So you can replace horns and things and all that lot. You can do all sorts with it. But yes, you have to buy a lot program, which is about 150.
have you got one?
I've got one at work, yes. So we do.
So if I gave you a couple of decoders, would you be able to do the dirty with them?
Certainly, and I would only charge you 20 quid. Because, it's a business. And we're not, a charity, Jennifer.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure there's no way? I
We're
can
not a registered charity. No.
Holy crap.
I didn't like the sound that. What's wrong, Zoe? What have you spotted in the news?
Iran has fired missiles at US air bases.
Oh,
Well, we knew that was coming.
Oh, so everybody heads down, tin helmets on. World War III's breaking out.
Oh my goodness.
Have they hit anything?
Air bases in America or in Iran?
In Qatar.
All right, okay.
So that's not going to impress the Qataris either, because it'll have violated their airspace. So,
Sorry to be a downer there, but
yeah,
I just
Debbie Downer.
I just got a
Yeah, they won't
message
get
through.
the
Apparently, Andrew Bettis, thank you
thank
so
you.
much. Donated $4.99 on the super chat. Thank you so much, you guys. You're so
Oh,
generous.
thank you.
Xantex has just found the second Royal Class 67. Good night, Maura. It's been great having your
Maura.
company. And also, everybody, don't forget, tickle that like button. And don't forget as well, if you haven't already subscribed, do subscribe. It's a great way of keeping up to date. And if you want to be featured as well on the show, we had Anthony last week. And that was great. Actually, you said that was really quite
I enjoyed that
informative.
last week, yeah. Obviously,
thought
I
that
was
was
watching
great,
it. And
yeah.
I mean, you've got Mr. Peter Jackson Cheadle Heath has a YouTube channel. He should really get his bum on here.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Simon Snow has just gifted 5 Jennifer E. Kirk Model Railway
Oh,
gift
thank
memberships.
you.
So Knockers Lane's got one. New Junction has got one as well. Paul N has received one. Paul Murphy as well. Dion Wollaston. Hello, Dion. Great to see you. Hope you are well today. So thank you so much for that.
I'm going to have to get off. Yeah.
Oh, and
Yeah, my father-in-law's had to go into hospital.
Okay, mate.
I'll go.
do you want your spare wheel?
Sorry, man.
If it's quick, because I need to go.
I'll go and grab it.
Go.
Right. And would you like to
I
talk
will.
to the nice people?
Yes.
I'll jump in as well.
Oh.
I'm so sorry, dude. Wish him well from us.
Oh, yes, panic there slightly, but yes. Don't worry, everybody's still here. Craig's just had to go. Back shortly. Anyway.
Got me.
Yeah, don't forget your
Yeah.
figures. There you go, mate.
Right,
Try
I'll,
them.
speak to you soon.
Yeah,
Take
right,
care,
then.
man.
I'll speak to you later.
All right, mate.
Right, well, yes.
So with that, a few little changes there, guys.
Yes.
These things unfortunately happen from time to time. Trevor's TT Train says enjoyed tonight's show. It's a bit different.
Hi,
Yes.
Trevor.
we've enjoyed it. We've thought it was a nice change of pace.
It was
is
different
what-
being in the conservatory, not upstairs. I think it would have been far too hot in the loft.
Oh yeah, that would have been ridiculous.
See, everybody wants to get rid of their split. Jen's just doing it the easy way.
Yes, Jen. Jen is walking past with a car tire.
Yeah,
Okay,
very
Jen, yeah.
heavy.
Yeah, that's why people use them for CrossFit, Jen.
There you go. Yes.
Yes.
Anyway,
So
yeah.
yeah, everyone's sending messages of goodwill for Craig's dad.
It's his father-in-law, isn't it?
Yeah, unfortunately it happens, and we do our best. But
Yeah. It's
yeah,
yeah.
we hope he's going to be okay.
Yes, it'll be fine. It'll be okay.
Right, guys, we've got
Anyway.
5 minutes left before we
Oh, wow,
switch.
yes.
Yeah, it's gone off so quick,
I know,
hasn't it?
doesn't it? Just when you're having fun.
Yes. We're 5 minutes before we're going to jump over for Game Hammer Classic Gaming, where we're going to be doing a little bit of Scale Extra and perhaps some board games as well. So I hope you'll stick around for
That'll
that.
be a bit different.
Yes.
But it's still retro gaming. Board games can still be classified as retro.
Oh yes.
I've got the original Mousetrap and Ghost Castle and stuff. And Where's Wally, the game? That is brilliant. You all have to leave the room and Wally gets hidden around the room. It's brilliant. It's a game where you don't actually sit still. You're constantly out of the room most of the time.
I've got Ghost Castle, but I
Oh,
don't have the others.
I love Ghost Castle. It's great.
Have you seen the new version of it?
No.
It's not the same.
Oh, I'll
They've-
have to
they've-
Google that then.
They've changed everything. To be fair, Ghost Castle's not the original. It was originally called Witch. And instead of the glow in the dark skull that we all know and love, it was a witch.
Oh, I didn't know that. Ooh, right, okay. That's a new one.
Yeah, that was a bit different.
Jen's just rebuilding the layout. That's
Yeah,
great.
Jen's not
Craig's
happy.
trashing.
So before we go any further, I'm just going to get a quick word from our sponsors, TMC
Yes.
the Model Centre. Thank you so much to them for sponsoring and
keeping-
keeping the lights on.
Yeah, keeping the stream going.
Welcome to the Monday Club, your online model rail club for all the news, gossip, layout tours and more with your host, broadcaster and model maker, Jennifer Kirk. So apologies for being able to hear us in the background there. I tried turning all the sounds down the sound deck, and then when someone mentioned that they could hear us in the background, I remembered that actually we're not coming through the sound deck tonight. It didn't work. We're coming through the microphone there.
Yeah, New Junction. Consider yourself told.
So yes, Snog, Marry, Avoid, Sega Mega Drive, N64 or PS1.
See, that's a difficult one because I love the PS1.
It's not difficult at all.
N64.
Snog the
Can I-
N64, marry the Mega Drive, avoid the PS1 because the PS2 plays PS1 games.
Well, yeah, I suppose it does.
Yes,
but
you're-
back then it didn't.
I thought the first PS2s did.
All PS2s do.
Yeah.
And all PS3s and PS4s can as well. The issue is that when the PS1 was the going concern, the PS2 didn't exist.
Yeah.
So look, anyway, thank you everybody for coming. It's been a great night. It's been a little bit different. We've been trying something different. There's still a few bugs to kind of work out from this. So are you doing Game Hammer Classic Gaming from here?
Yeah.
So I don't think it'll allow you to send people over. So if you want to go to the Game Hammer Classic Gaming channel and pick up the stream there, there'll be a brief bit of downtime. But look, we've been great, and we've speculated about what the Hornby announcement tomorrow is. I'm going to say that
TT. I'm doing TT.
TT120. I'm going to split my guess. I'm going to say TT120 could be a special version of the Terrier, which would be a website exclusive.
That would be cool. Yes, I'd like that.
But if it's 00, I think it'll be maybe a Rail 200.
version of the J52 as that's coming out.
I bet it's a Rail 200 Class 66. Possible.
I would like to see something cool and unexpected. And I don't necessarily mean a brand new locomotive or a big announcement like that. Just something interesting. Like we've brought back this thing that you all fondly remember from way back in the past, but now it's
Battle Space.
But now it's DCC compatible.
You know the greatest gathering they're doing at the start of August?
Yes.
Today they announced that the Scotsman's going to be there for 3 days. I'm wondering perhaps Hornby are just going to stick the Flying Scotsman in a new box that says Rail 200 on it.
Could be.
Because they've already got the green
Richard
version.
Swiderski suggests new HM7000 decoders. Well, maybe they did the sale to clear the older, larger
And the 21
format.
pins coming out tomorrow. A new 21 pins possible.
I know it's on its way. So all good guesses, and of course, Gary B as well. We will see you all at the Bluebell Railway this weekend. We will be there with Mineth Tattoos Newith, so watch out for us there.
Valley's 56XX is an interesting guess.
Yes.
All right.
Indian Railways range in TT120. That would certainly be interesting, wouldn't it?
Okay. I don't know. I mean, that would be. I know that the Lima brand has a lot of overseas stuff, like Australian, South African.
I've got 2 Mexican brake vans from Lima in second hand at the minute, which I've never seen before. Mexican liveried ones, which is different. Yes,
But I think Hornby's primary business concern is the UK range. So I'm still going to say either a TT120 Terrier or a J52 to fit in either a website exclusive or Rail 200. They're my
New
guesses.
Junction says he's heard that Hornby aren't sponsoring the Flying Scotsman anymore.
no, but they still have the license to produce it.
That's true, yes.
Yeah.
Right, guys, it's 9 o'clock. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
Jen, do you want to jump in for the last
So
last few seconds?
So a huge thank you to Craig, who's had to shoot off. So
Yeah.
obviously family always comes first.
Absolutely.
So, and I've just put a spare tyre in the boot of his car because I had a space saver that fits his specific car that he's bought, and his didn't come with it. So
She says it's a spare tyre.
yeah, maybe it's just a boxing glove on a spring. So we've done that. Hopefully Craig's going to be okay.
Well, it's not going anywhere.
JL Rose says, I'm
I'm
going
going-
to go with Andy.
Do you not go? Where are we going? Well, that's one's news to me.
He's coming glamping with you.
Oh, right, okay.
No, what did you say? It's Class 66 with the Rail 200.
Oh no, possibly the Scotsman in the box
Scotsman's in the box.
or TT120.
Values
You know what,
56XX reminds us all change at 3 cocks for Lord Hereford's knob. So, just got time for me to say it's been an absolute honour joining here with you tonight. You guys take great care. Happy modelling. Bye for now.
Night all.
The train now departing is the 2101 service to Mineth Tattoos Newith, stopping at Bolton Trinity Road, Weir Yard. Mineth Tattoos, the original one, Tattoos Newith. That unnamed layout that Jenny said had a name and it turned out it didn't have a name. Grove Street Yard, Packham on the back, Buxton on file, Boxton Junction, Huggleton on the hill, Eindhoven, Pittsburgh somehow. All change at 3 cocks for Lord Hereford's knob, and then on to Mineth Tattoos Newith. That's the 2101 service to Mineth Tattoos Newith.
And Laura, absolutely, don't forget to do that thumbs up.
If you go up to the loft today, you're in for a big surprise. 'Cause Jenny's not there, you can look everywhere and you'll find that she has gone away.
Yeah, because she's downstairs in the conservatory with Mineth Tattoos, Sandy Fry's Junction, and Craig left behind a big fart.
Good night.
Night, everybody.